Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
She could be like,
She's not in her 20s.
She was in the Madison building.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah, at 30. Yeah, I don't.
What if it's like 47?
Holy crap, right?
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think she's in her 40s, and I don't think she's in her 20s.
Right.
And then that's about as good as I get there. There's like about
And I feel
it's like a 6-year squish, I think, where I could be wrong either way.
just a squish.
Just a squish.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's doing well today. Tuesday, August 20th.
National Radio Day.
Yeah, it's National Radio Day. It's funny
What's radio?
that it's National Radio Day because I was, when I drive in, it's either silent or I have silly. I know it's either silent or I play classical music because I don't want to think, right? And that's like if I'm playing like Du Hast, I'm like I'm into it, right? And if I'm playing, classical music, you just put on the background and it just, I don't know, it helps my brain just kind of focus. And
Like serial killers in horror movies.
yes, 100%. And as you know, has there been a movie yet where there's been like a horrible murder scene with like a classical song playing in the background? It's like that was like a thing for a really long time.
Like 90s.
Yeah.
Like when Silence of the Lambs did it, that's when.
Yeah, where someone's just getting brutally murdered and it's like Lacrimosa's playing in the background and it just doesn't fit. That's like but Tarantino picked up on that a lot too, where he'd have like the song we just played, like the Jacksons, Can You Feel It? And like there's like 50 people, giant gunfight.
Yeah.
Or like a Frank Sinatra song. Start spreading the It's a little strange. I don't know how to feel about
I believe
this.
Gremlins 2 did that.
Oh, did it? So I'll often think about, well, what do we talk about to start? What should we go? Did something happen? Is there a thing? I honestly started thinking about radio, and I had no knowledge that it was National Radio Day, but I started thinking about the job that we do because, and there's a couple rules we kind of have with the job that we do. Number one, we don't, off the air, we take it very seriously. On the air, it's all like, oh my God, the job. Like, I was driving, I had to take Mason to practice yesterday. I had to pick the kids up, take Mason to practice from school, and then come home. And because we live far away from the school, it was like an hour, between home, school, practice, which was like 17 minutes from the school, and then back home again, which is like another half hour. It was like a little over an hour round trip, right? And so I was grousing to Avery in the car about how we should move towards the school more. And she's doing the full court press on she wants to get a driver's license. And and we talked about it, and I was like, look, I get selfishly the reasons why it would be better for you to drive. It would be a lot easier on me and your mother. And she's like, well, why, I have my permit, why are you so against it? And, it's one of those times where a father and daughter are having kind of a,
because I said so,
quality moment. I wanted to give her a serious answer. And I said, look, Avery, you're getting to be a grown up, and I'm going to speak to you like a grown up, and I'm going to tell you what my main issue is. It's like, if I'm being frank, you're kind of a moron. And she looked at me with teary eyes, and I said, you are kind of dumb. And let me tell you how. She's an incredibly smart little girl, young lady, great grades, all that stuff, but she has no wisdom, no common sense. She will walk into a room and stick her hand in a cereal bowl just to see what the milk feels like. She cannot keep her room or her bathroom organized whatsoever, which is a little hypocritical, because it was the same way I was at her age. She
will take a picture with the trophy and see what it smells like. Oh wait, that's sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. But I gave her a very simple thing at the beginning of the summer. I said, look, keep your room clean for a month. Just keep it clean for a month. Show me that you can do something responsible, and then we'll have a conversation about this. But it's very selfish in the sense that she driving, I'm almost like, I think Mason might get his license before she does, because she can't hit the benchmarks. And then she said it would just take such a load off of Melissa, and she goes, because she works so hard. And I said, well, I'm the one driving you around. And I'm like, well, hold on. I'm the one driving you. I'm the one who's going to be doing most of the driving, because she's at work. And she said the thing that just kills me. She said, yeah, but you have dream jobs. Like your job isn't hard. Mommy's job is very hard. Your job isn't hard. And it's like, at that point, you either agree or you have to try to like pitch your case to your own kid.
Or you're grounded.
Right. Or you're right. Exactly. You know what's going to be hard? Socializing for the next 2 months, lady. So we had this conversation, and I'm like, look, and Melissa is one way where she'll just vent about everything to the kids and involve them and vent to them and blah, blah, blah. And I've always been, not that I shield them, although I do, but, hey, we're not digging. I never take the job too seriously to them. It's a great job. And it is. It's a dream job. It is. It's a dream job. But then it's like, I'd like her to shadow us someday and be like, all right, Avery, it's 4 p.m. the night before the show. It's August 19th. There's nothing going on. You now have to search around and start watching things, maybe reach out to some guests, start formulating the show. And then in the morning, when I get up at 3 a.m. to start the England stuff, in the middle of that, you usually put the show together, your end the night before. I do it in the morning. And try creating, because every day it's a blank slate. Every day. We could have had the greatest show in the world yesterday. People want to be entertained today.
Yeah, it doesn't matter today.
And it doesn't matter. And by the way, as a guy who the last week, I've been open about how I suffer from migraines, and some of those come in the form of cluster headaches, and meaning that I'll have really bad weeks, and I'm in the middle of a really bad week right now. Today, feel great, but yesterday, last week, there's just some days where I hide it, but I'm hurting really bad, and you can't put your head down in the desk. You can't have a bad day, because people are relying on you to keep them entertained and whatever. And we have a wonderful group here of loyal listeners that listen, and we try to peel back as much as possible. And it frustrated me, because I think you can have dream jobs, and I think I always use roofers. We're not roofing, we're not cleaning sewers, we're not building houses, we're not driving trucks, we're not doing the real work out there that people are doing. But from a mental point of view, it's incredibly taxing sometimes. And on one hand, I want my kids to know that their father works hard, but on the other hand, I also don't want to, you don't want to drive the point home and toot your own horn and all that crap. And where this started going in the car was, I was thinking, we always talk about, or I should say, I get very cynical. I'm like, our job is to talk about dudes playing with balls. None of this matters. It's stupid. Like, sometimes I have this existential crisis where it's like, is this your life, that you're talking about people that could be your kid now that are making millions of dollars that could not give a crap about you or anyone else playing with balls? This is dumb. Well, I've been watching this show, Welcome to Wrexham, which I put off purposely for a year because I didn't want to get infected by it with everything going on over there. And it's really good. I actually didn't want to like it. It's incredibly good. If you're not familiar with it, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia bought the third oldest, but a smaller English soccer club, and Welsh, thank you, and have built it up to where when they bought the club, they were 3 rungs below Huddersfield Town, the one I work for, and now we're both in the same league this year. They've been promoted 2 consecutive times. It's a really wonderful story about the town, and they delve into things like suicide, autism, a lot of really serious stuff, but it's a fun show. But the episode I was watching last night focused on one of the supporters in particular, and they do a lot of that. And I see in their supporters, it's actually a lot in common with Huddersfield Town supporters. Working class, haven't had a lot of success. They're blue collar, but their common bond is this generational love of this soccer team that brings them all together on Saturdays, and they live for that week on week. And then I started thinking about in the car on the way here, because I feel like the way life is going, and I haven't made a secret about this, that, my parents are still around, thank goodness, and will be for a long time. My kids are, almost college age, but eventually that's probably where I'm going to migrate over to and be the next chapter. But the commonalities between what's going on in Wrexham and what's going on in Huddersfield, and certainly a lot of other cities, it also resonates to what's going on here. This is a political, working class, blue collar town. And you have these generations, and whereas I don't have the generational love of Huddersfield Town, obviously it's a year old, I really have the generational love of the Sacramento Kings. And it was just one of those things where, not to end on this note, but I don't want to turn around and say what we're doing is incredibly serious, but it actually gives it a sense of purpose, where sports are so special because it isn't just about dudes playing with balls. It's more about this commonality of focus and interest that strangers have, where if I see somebody and I'm out of town and they're in a King shirt, I will always be like, hey man, what's going on? There's that conversation. And you walk into a room and people and people you've never met in your life all have this common interest. And in a world where everything is so divided and hyped up and everyone's angry and whatever everyone's dealing with, usually the one thing they can come together on is their mutual love for a team. And I think it actually means a lot more when that team is a lovable loser. Whether you're in Wrexham, whether you're in Huddersfield, whether you're in Sacramento, those 3 fan bases, if you put them all in a room, I mean, they'd eat different things and they'd have weird accents. But I think in the end, if they spent a day together, would end up finding a lot more in common than not. And no offense to Christopher Laud here, who's a Manchester City fan, I don't think now there would be as many commonalities with that fan base, certainly historically. But now you've got a new generation of Man City fans that are like, how do you not win a championship? What is this? But yet, once upon a time, this ding-dong got the time when they scored the clinching goal tattooed on his wrist because it meant so much. Now it's like, oh, another trophy. Okay, let's just put it over here. We don't have that. So in a sense, not only is it the sports that bring us together, but I also think it's the losing, although it sucks, that really cements that bond.
Yeah.
As someone whose team wins all the time, kind of like the losing times.
The losing times make the winning far more special when
Correct.
You're not used to it.
Yes.
And once you get used to it, the wins are still there, but expectations go up. And now you're a prisoner of, if we don't win, it's a failure. Whereas if the Kings were the 4 seed this year, we're
Mhm.
But if the Celtics were the 4
Yeah.
seed, disaster firings and trades. That's a long way of saying thanks for listening. And it's good to be here.
And so no driver's license?
Yeah, no, I ain't having
Okay.
it. Come on, man. She's dumb. We'll take a break. When we come back, leading off, Giants and A's both on the W side of things. Yeah, NFL is a little confused about some stuff. We'll talk about that. And we got an old friend showing up in the world of the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, we'll talk about all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Grant McCray is there. He will make the catch for out number 3. And everybody out there can just take a deep breath, exhale, and celebrate a much-needed Giants win. They were in control in this game and almost let it slip out of their hands.
Now Walls, first pitch to him. He sends towards center field. Blade going back, and he's there to make the catch. And the A's get their 3rd shutout in the month of August, and their 11th of the year. They open the series with a 3-0 victory against Tampa Bay.
I like how Dave Fleming channeled his inner goat. He was like, everybody. By the way, shout out to Christopher Log. It's these things that really get me and mean a lot to me. Go away or something, Chris. I don't want you hearing this, but so number 1 on our rundown for leading off was Giants win, A's win. He 100% could have just loaded a Giants highlight, or he could have 100% loaded an A's highlight. He loaded both highlights in our little editor. He pieced them together, and then he created a new thing so we'd have both. Secondly, I wrote on this thing coming up at 7:30. Tua Tagovailoa called out Brian Flores, his ex-coach, and I put audio in the parentheses. Now, I'm glad he did this, but I actually had the audio, that I play off of Twitter. But here I go. I look and leading off, and there's the audio loaded in. It's those little things that I notice that never ever get shouted out.
That's what Chris, it's going to get Chris to the Radio Hall of Fame.
I think he'll be in before we are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be lame? I mean,
wow.
Well, here's what I mean by that.
The king of little things, yes. Christopher Lod.
Hey now, that's the title of something. Wouldn't that be great? We're like, you and I are the only ones on this floor that aren't like.
Yeah.
Even Cody is the current Gracie Award winner, and then
Chris goes in and he has Pat and Tom speak for
him.
Right,
and then he does all his thank yous, and it's not, we're not involved.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I'd like to thank
you would be part of and everybody else.
Yes, everybody else.
Anybody I forgot, just know you're appreciated.
He'd be like, and first and foremost, I want to shout out a couple of guys that really have meant a lot to my career, people that I can bounce things off of. And just honestly, when I look at those guys, it motivates me to go in each and every day. Damian and Kenny, thank you so much for all you've done for me. And
this is heavier than I thought it would be.
Chris was like, I wasn't going to go that far, but you gave me ideas.
That's the title of the sequel, by the way. So the Giants win. The A's win, and we're all happy.
Yeah.
We're giddy.
Giddy?
We're Josh Giddy. Oop, no, we're not. Can't do that anymore. Well, who else is named Giddy? Giddy. Hey, Mount Rushmore of Giddies, Josh. Up. I think that's it. Right? P? No.
P. Giddy?
I'm reaching, dude. Count number
Is
two.
Good Day a cousin of Giddy?
What?
Is Good Day a
Good
cousin
day.
of
Oh,
Giddy?
good day.
Here, Giddy, 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 Giddy.
Count number two, please. Stupid.
Cut number 2.
I'm personally really excited about it, Pat. I think it's going to be a really exciting play that fans are going to love and that players are going to appreciate because it puts some skill back in the game that really had been lost from the game. And you saw probably recently, with Devin Hester going in the Hall of Fame, that could never happen in the game a couple of years ago because there just really was no role for kick returners the way the play had evolved.
So we're going to talk about again, this is this part of the show is called Dave Doesn't Do His Job. So I thought the new kickoff thing was in place for this year. And then I read this morning, they're like, it's probably not going to carry over.
Psych.
Right. And I didn't know psych was an option. I did not know that was part of the deal. So what really gets me is they're like, yeah, we don't think it's going to carry over. I'm like, it's 2 weeks away.
Right. Everybody trained and practiced and schemed and did all this.
Can we? I understand that it's a feel out process. I understand that no matter what you put on paper, people are really, really smart that play football, and they might find a way to exploit this, that, whatever. Sure. Maybe that. We didn't think about that. That really didn't work. And you want to use preseason. That's really, honestly, where preseason comes in handy. That might be the most useful thing about preseason, be able to do some of this stuff. But then couldn't it be like, we're going to test it out in the preseason, and then we will meet later in the season and see if we like it for next year? Right. Don't leave it open.
Yeah.
And honestly, Jason, I don't know how I feel about it. I've watched it in action a few times, and I like the idea of returns. I think that's a cool part of the game. As was just mentioned there, Devin Hester, or Deion Sanders, or whomever over the years, that have been a blast to watch return kicks. Also, hey, wait a minute, I'm having a brain freeze here. Did Bo Jackson ever return kicks?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
Huh?
Are you feeling like he did?
I feel like he did, but I maybe just a spot. Maybe it was just for some reason I have this memory of Bo Jackson returning a kick or two, but I could be totally wrong. Because I was just thinking, like, when that popped in my head, like, well, also, why wouldn't you have Bo Jackson return
right,
kicks?
exactly.
Give him an open field, and good luck trying to hit him. But I don't know. I on the other hand, I get the whole safety thing. And
yes.
I don't mean 2 points. I mean safety for your brain. What have your thoughts been so far on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, wanting returns, I always thought you could just move the kick further back. You're going to get more returns. But then you go to the safety element. So they're trying to hit both on the sweet spot where it's like, look, we're trying to get more returns, but we're also trying to keep this game safer or safe-ish.
Right.
But by nature, it's such a violent sport. Like I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that part. Because again, it's not like, hey, I don't care if these guys get hurt. Of course I do. But I don't know that the league does entirely. That's the weird part.
Like, they care about bad PR.
Yeah, they want to say it, but they don't want to do it. And then you've got an idea that, I think has been received fairly well.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're not going to go through. I don't know. It's just weird.
Do you struggle sometimes? It sounds like maybe you do, because you're a good person. But do you struggle with the whole, like, any way you can adjust the game to keep these guys safe is a plus versus it's football? You sign up for it. You don't have to play football. We certainly don't want anyone to get hurt, but at the same time, we don't want to get to the integrity of the game. If a quarterback gets trucked, if a dude over the middle gets trucked, that's football, and I don't want you to get hurt, but also you're signing up to do this.
Right. I don't go as far as like, put flags on them. They're not playing flag. They're getting hit seriously.
They are.
I think they're trying to find the happy medium as much as you can, but I mean, look, we grew up at a time where, what was it on ESPN? They had the biggest hits of the week.
Tom.
What was that called?
Tom Jackson. Jacked Up.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
It was the best.
Yeah. And then you're like, that's probably wasn't the best idea.
I watched one of those on YouTube within the last year, and it's so insane, Jason, because I remember watching those live and going, oh, he got absolutely mushed, right? And just being into it. And then I watched, like, within the last year, it's so funny how things change. Watch it, I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Because I think it's part of it's the education now where I'm like, in my head, I'm literally, like, in my mind, I'm just seeing their brains leak all over the field. And it you know, it made me quit. Look, I love football. I love hits.
Yeah.
But, like, didn't have the same flavors.
Yeah. And then, you know, the last week or so, I've been out at Sac State practice a lot. And every year it's the reminder of, like, man, and they hit less, but you just see the speed and the violence that they get hit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, man, because I'm right down there as opposed to being in the booth. You're like, man, this is such a violent sport.
Remind me when we get back. Just say, what about your kids' high? Just say, you wanted me to ask you about your kids' high school because we don't have time right now, but I want to pile back on that. Number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Isaiah Chase down to 2. He's got to fire a 29-footer, and he hits it. As time expired, they were down to 1 second. Isaiah just had to gather and launch. He hits his 4th 3. He has 17 points, and the Kings lead by 3 at 33-30.
That's Isaiah Thomas. According to Sean Cunningham, our good friend, he's getting a workout with the Kings. We don't know what it means, but we'll explain what we think it does and talk a little bit about IT and how he remains a fan favorite. From the 916, this is Joe from Lincoln. I build bridges, dams, and big retaining structures for a living. I don't work a day in my life because it's my dream job, and it would probably kill 80% of today's men. Keep up the hard work, boys. Dream jobs are worth their weight in gold. That's a great text. 916-339-1140. We'll take a break. Isaiah Thomas next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This Labor Day, head to the Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just wow for all-day freshness.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back, and of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Here are the top 3 reasons to get your golf clubs fitted at Hagen Oaks. First, the most knowledgeable professional fitting team in the country has been trained by every major club manufacturer. Second, Hagen Oaks has the largest inventory of golf merchandise in the area, and the club demo program is unmatched. Third, the indoor to outdoor player performance studio gives you incredibly accurate data, and you can see your ball flight. Add a 90-day club fitting guarantee, and that's more than 3 reasons. Fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Dave. You wanted me to ask you about your kid in high school.
Yeah, I think
remember.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think I brought this up before, but speaking of football, I do struggle with this. So, like, my kid's school is kind of an artsy school, you know. I'm not trying to say nothing other than, you know,
it's an artsy school.
It's an artsy school. It's not like where you or I went to school. And I brought this up before. Like, they have a football team. And so one thing my daughter was telling me on the way home last night was there weren't enough kids to play their football game last weekend. And I kind of got excited. And I'm really torn because on one hand, like, look, I love sports and I love sports in schools. But, like, I've seen these guys play football before. The average score, I'm not lying either. The average score last year was like 52-3. They'd lose.
They got a kicker.
They did have a kicker.
Yeah.
You're going to think I'm making this up. On my kids' lives, I'm not making it up. You know, I'm not going to say that on the air. That's just me. I'll tell you off the air. Sorry, I hate doing that, but that's just, I feel like if I say what I was going to say, it would just come off as mean-spirited. And I don't want to be mean-spirited. I love these kids. But, like, there was a kid that got concussed so hard he had to miss almost a month of school last year.
Wow.
Almost every game a kid gets carried off the field. I'm not the one you need to tell football is football. These kids are, you know, I'm not immune to the whole, these kids need to learn to get tough. It's football. I'm not immune to that. I hear you. Slow down. What I'm saying is there's no money for the program. The coaches are basically volunteering, and these kids are not football players. They want to play football, and I admire that. But apparently also a lot of these kids are being, at least according to reports in the household, a lot of these kids are kind of encouraged by their parents to play, especially their dads.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wish they cut the program. Or at least, like, come up with some other schools and combine the program, because you're basically sending these kids. They played like Mariloma last year and just got pasted all. It was hard to watch, dude. They can't do anything, and every play, this quarterback is running for his life until they get him, and then they play like 3 quarterbacks a game because they all get hurt or jacked up. And these are young kids with developing brains. There has to be a point where you call the fight.
Yeah.
And you go, guys, the win here does not justify every year probably 8, 9, 10 kids suffering some form of, I don't want to say serious injury because I feel like that's, life-threatening, but serious injury, I mean concussion, broken bone, torn knee. Anyways, I struggle with that because then the old school of me is like, whoa, you got to learn to be men. But then part of me is like, yeah, but they don't even. I pay my taxes. They don't stand a freaking chance out.
That can end up being just brutal for many ways.
That's what I'm saying.
Physically, mentally.
Right. Let's be honest. These kids, they're not going on to be athletes.
Right.
These kids are going to be, programming the next whatever the heck.
Yeah. And everybody needs to do it. You didn't play football?
I did. Football? I played football through my freshman year and then focused on baseball, basketball.
Yeah. I was saying I played freshman year and then it was my own realization that one, at that time I was way too small, but I was confident enough, like I'll be fine. And I was fine, but I didn't play. I wasn't made up well enough physically and mentally. My only regret is actually my senior year. I wish I went back and played. Because then I was I physically grown, more confident. I think I would have done okay, but I was not in the right space. Like I learned that pretty fast. Like I don't think I'm made for this.
And my school didn't have football.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
But did you have baseball, basketball, any of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was the opposite.
We had soccer.
I was a big kid. My freshman. I was 6'3". My
gosh.
Yeah, I was huge.
You would have been one of the guys I was afraid of.
And I was, and they'd put me on the lines on both sides.
Yeah.
And then I just I know you shouldn't say this as a man, you shouldn't say this. I was like, I just don't like this as much as the other sports. It's kind of fun to hit someone, but also I get hit too. I just, I'd rather.
Basically your job is just running into somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It just wasn't.
You didn't even get the ball.
No, it was lame. And I'm all, bruised and jacked up the next day. And I wasn't having near as much fun as basketball and baseball, and the chances of getting injured were like 8 times as much doing that. So what is the point?
Yeah.
Plus, man, I hated freaking pads and
helmet and all that's just everything about it. You're like,
you're wearing a knight's armor in August.
Yeah.
110 outside. We're doing burpees. No, thank you. Anyway. And I guarantee you someone's out there, oh, you must put fruit in your beer. What do you drive, a Prius? You don't like to get hit? Yeah, whatever, Sally. And you know what? That's fine. No, I don't. No, honestly, I don't like to get hit.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, don't like it. Don't enjoy it. And barely enjoy hitting others. But even then, it's like,
yeah.
Ow.
That actually hurt me too.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas is and will always be a fan favorite of the Sacramento.
I'm a pizza guy.
He is a pizza guy. And on the return, the year of the return of the pizza guys, we broke the news that Malik Monk will be the new pizza guy. Isaiah Thomas, according to our friend Sean Cunningham, will be amongst a few free agents in Sacramento for some competitive workouts with Kings roster players. Tony Bradley, former King one, Toscano Anderson, wasn't he with us last year?
Yeah.
And Lonnie Walker.
Yes.
They didn't say, is this Lonnie Walker the 4th?
Oh, see, that's everybody got excited about Lonnie Walker. Maybe it isn't the 4th.
Might be the 3rd or the 5th. Are also joining the group. I will say the first thing I thought of was like, yay, IT. The second thing I thought of was he better have a chance to make the team. Don't toy with us like.
I don't think that's a favor, do you?
I don't
think they operate that way. Maybe they do. And I'm not saying a favor, like maybe there's chances, but it's like, yeah, we're just kind of.
I just hope it's not one of those things. Well, I think a lot of times when they want some competitive workouts.
Yeah.
So you bring guys in and, you'll call a few agents. Hey, you got some guys on the fringe, bring them in, maybe they're sitting on the couch. Maybe they don't want to go overseas. They come in. But if the decision's already really been made that we're good on that part of our roster, because the problem is that all of us get excited. And I'm one of those where I don't think logically when it comes to stuff like this. So I think that the final roster spot is absolutely worth the price of admission just for the ovation he'll get the first time he comes into a game. Like, I think that's
you have different motivations.
I have different motivations. I think that moment is worth the roster spot. And if that means hopefully not, but if you released him the next day Everyone gets that moment, including him, and then you go, what are you missing out on this other guy that you really need to ride the end of the bench? Screw it. Give him a roster spot. Do something great for the fans. And you know what? From a money point of view, sell the game out. I mean, they'll sell out anyways, but they'll be standing room only. Everybody's going to want to be there. That would be Isaiah Thomas coming into a game in Sacramento, I think would be perhaps on the Mount Rushmore of player return ovations. I think he would get an incredibly massive ovation.
Yeah.
I think, well, I don't know. DeMarcus got a pretty good one.
He did.
Weber got a really good one.
Absolutely.
Maybe Mount Rushmore if we added a fifth. But look, he's still trying to play.
I appreciate that. I don't understand. No, I why do you think he hasn't really latched on here for the last 4 or 5 years?
If I didn't know him a little bit like you do, and I was looking at it from afar, and I looked at his career arc with Boston, obviously everything that he went through with his sister, and to be at that high of a level and then just basically be out of the league and get a couple of cups of coffee here and there, to go from that,
getting MVP votes,
right,
to go from that to out of the league, if I didn't know him, say it's 100% a personality issue. There's something wrong with him. He's pissing people off. He's doing something in the locker room, or he's doing something with the coach or the G. He's not coachable. He's too full of him. Generally, that's a personality issue when you go, why isn't this guy playing? He's good enough to be in the league. How does he not have a spot? But with Isaiah Thomas, I've never heard that about him. I've heard he's incredibly coachable, works hard, definitely has an ego. All the NBA guys do. I mean, he had the shoes with the Brinks truck written on him when he was on the verge of getting a huge contract from Danny Ainge of the Celtics. I don't know, Jason. I think the easiest answer would be he's short.
Yeah.
He's short, and really, if Isaiah Thomas is not scoring, Isaiah Thomas is not worth an NBA roster spot. That was his thing. Not that he couldn't dish, but
there was a time where he was scoring big time
buckets. Yeah. And I hope it works out. You know, we have his contact. We'll reach out to him today. He's not good at texting back, but we can give it a shot. Try to get him on. Can't hurt his chances, right? Come on, IT, get on the show. Get more public support. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out. The Giants rumored to make a big signing in the offseason. We'll talk about that. And Justin Verlander makes his return. A tale of two Justins in safe or out. In the meantime, before we go to break, let me just make this last point about Isaiah Thomas. I said if he's not shooting, if he's not making baskets, he doesn't really offer much else. Let me change that. Isaiah Thomas coming on the floor was instant energy for the team. It was instant energy that he would inject into the arena, into the team. And it makes me think at some point, if the NBA doesn't work out, maybe he can be one of those guys that gives you a second opinion with our good friends at American Energy Heating and Air, because he brings that energy each and every day. Yeah. Carmichael Dave here, telling you a story. Here's a story of a lovely energy company, American Energy Heating and Air, locally owned, locally operated. They're fantastic. They really are. And I'm proud to represent them in some aspect. And I, once again, want to encourage y'alls to get your second opinion. If you made the mistake of trying to work with somebody else, I get it. But give American Energy Heating and Air a shot, would you? Let them come out to your house for free. Let them take a look at what you need done, no matter how big or small the repair is. Let them make a bid. That's it. All I'm really saying in these spots this month, the message I've been getting across every day is give them a chance. That's it. They're telling you have to worry about the work. They've been around since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. They know what they're doing. It's about price. And let's be honest, everybody's doing the thing. You're going to save money. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. $99.90. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Safer route. Coming up next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most amateurs like to play for something on the course, and you'll be pleased to know the USGA doesn't object to informal wagering when it's a friendly bet with your friends. Some of the most popular wagers are the Nassau, which is 3 bets. Low score on the front, low score on the back, and a low score for the full 18. In a round robin, 2 members of the foursome team up against the other 2, but the catch is the partners rotate every 6 holes. In skins, the player that wins the hole earns the skin. If there's a tie, the skin is carried over and the next hole is worth 2 skins. And of course, don't forget wagers for greenies, landing your shot on a par 3 green, sandies, earning a save from the sand, woodies, parring after hitting a tree, and of course, Arnies, parring without hitting the fairway in honor of Arnold Palmer. So play away. Your amateur status is safe. For Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They believe it's all about people and choices. Their goal is to find the car that fits your lifestyle. With their huge inventory of models, they've got the right car and more importantly, at the right price every time. Experience for yourself why their customers drive away smiling. Discover the difference because it's not just about the car, it's also about the people. Experience the Sacramento Dodge Jeep and Chrysler difference off Business 80 next to Hagen Oaks, or you can find them online, SacSuperstore.com.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have like coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Like some of them are cool, but most of them, you know, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. Like if those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Trying to drink more water. So I got this.
Well, you filled it up some more.
Yeah. I topped it off, which also made me think. I got it from our water thing.
That's
here.
What mine's from.
If there was this story that came out where it was like radio employees get some horrible disease due to long-term, like basically we drank the water here and then found out that like the pipes all had some insane amount of mold that we've been drinking for months. Like this would be the place, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we have no idea. But anyways, but it has these, like, little sayings on the side of the bottle that are supposed to encourage you.
So what do you got?
So, well, they have times, which, funny thing is, the very first one is 7 a.m. Good morning. Yeah,
so
right.
You filled it up to good morning.
I filled it up beyond good morning.
Oh, you're right.
It's good morning. It's every 2 hours. Good morning. Relax a little bit. Every little bit helps. That's also the title. For your health, feeling awesome. Don't give up. Almost finished. And finally, you did it. And the lines go down the bottle. So every time you reach a mark, What am I supposed to look at this and be like, oh, I got down to here for your health? Drink.
Yeah. What's the other? Can I see the other side? Because I want to see how many ounces that is. That's a big one.
It's
you're past 64 ounces.
Yeah, I'm probably at like 7. Probably around. This is probably around. Well, if you go by that, it's probably around 74, 80.
Yeah.
I finished it yesterday.
Good for you.
Kind of.
Yeah.
There's a side effect.
Yeah, a lot of trips.
About 3 times.
Yeah.
Just stumbling in, stepped on one of the dog's chew toys.
Yeah.
Like 2 a.m. Ah! It's like stepping on a Lego, but worse.
Yeah.
But hey, they say water's good for you.
It is.
Keeps you hydrated.
Yeah.
Anyway, safer out question.
The Giants were picked by one executive to sign Juan Soto in the offseason. Safer out. Yeah, right.
Who's that executive? Farhan Zahidi.
Yeah, exactly.
Farhan's like
Farhan Yazidi.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Now, for years and years and years, somebody would be like, I think the Kings are going to make the playoffs. And then it happened.
Yeah.
Now,
told you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure eventually they'll sign a big signee. I'll I know it's a broken record. This team is in purgatory until they fire Farhan Zaidi, and I pray to God, even though ownership is basically on cruise control, I pray to God, dear baseball Jesus, I know we've not been communicating well lately. I know I don't love baseball the way I used to. I'm not asking for championships. I'm not asking for 100-win seasons. I'm just simply asking for a fair shot, because as long as Farhan Zaidi is the GM of my favorite baseball team, they're not going anywhere. They're not doing anything. We're basically wasting years, and I don't have as many left as I used to. So please, baseball Jesus, please, even though you are nice and merciful and all that stuff, can you please make sure he gets fired this summer? Love you. Baby. Amen. Baby.
Can we play this with this thought out, though? If the Giants really are, and they should go for it, I mean, Soto's 25. Like, he's going to get one of those 10-year, like, gargantuan deals.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is.
Okay.
Yeah, top 10 payroll every year. You built the big fancy ballpark.
Yeah.
Yes. And
which is 20-plus years old now.
I know, but I was one of those where it's like Camden Yards or PNC.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just, Fenway, that whole thing. It just lasts forever. Wrigley, that type of thing. Question 2.
The Dodgers honored Justin Turner upon his return to L.A. Safer out. Player homecomings are one of the best things in sports.
Okay, safe. I think the best things in sports are well, I don't know. Is it really in sports? Whenever they have like a military reunion, 100%. It's like if there's ever a contest to make me cry, yeah, that's it. Every time, doesn't matter.
You know what else gets me? Because it just happened the other day at Sax is when they announced someone got a scholarship.
Oh, and they all like freak out on it. Yes, that's
that.
a great
It's like
one.
a happy cry. You're like, oh man.
Yes, you're so happy
really
for
cool.
them. Yeah, that's really a great one. Yes, I would put that up there. That'd be a good Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore of things that are tangentially related to sports.
The military is 100% every time.
Number 1, I love the scholarship thing.
Dog rehabilitated on a 2-minute video.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something, man, for real. Like, I'll tell you the videos that crushed me, was Deuce and Mo with their dog. Carlin, when his legs weren't working.
Right.
Part of it's because he and Gus are like identical twins, but just like,
yeah.
Because
that dog's just fighting and fighting.
You know how they're so playful.
Yeah.
They're so happy. And then to see that and like, puppy treadmill and they're getting old. I'm just like, figure it out. Animal stuff every time. Yeah. And then, player homecomings, man. I probably would tear up the least at those.
Yeah.
But they're awesome to see, even though the Dodgers are stupid and I hate Justin Turner sports hate. But seeing the acknowledgement and the respect is awesome.
There you go.
Number 3.
Justin Verlander returns today for the first time in over 2 months. Safer out. He is the first Ballotist Hall of Famer pitcher currently playing.
Can I say, sometimes you struggle with reading these, as we all would, but today this was like a 20 on a scale of 10 because I had two different things I wanted to emphasize. That right, and that's not probably right. The first ballotist,
but he did it.
Chris having a great day today.
Yeah.
Chris having a Hall of Fame day today. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another pitcher that's currently better than him career-wise.
It's Scherzer and him are really close.
Yes.
But I think it's him.
I think it is. I think it's him.
Kershaw?
I think you nailed the two. Mm-hmm. Those are the two I was thinking of, Scherzer or Kershaw. But I think it's Verlander when you put the whole thing together. Kershaw?
Yeah.
Kershaw? Say that 3 times fast. We'll take a break when we come back. The NFL kickoff rule is still in the air. Plus, there's some other things going on in football, including we got to talk about, even though the Olympics just wrapped, we got to talk about the new event coming in 2028. We'll do that next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
You're going to feel a puff of air.
Strong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Bing Maloney Golf Course is 27 holes of high-flying public fun, and Bing Maloney's a classic design for golfers of all abilities. Bing Maloney's lighted driving range is a great place to learn and practice this summer under the covered hitting stations. The range also offers a practice putting green and outdoor furniture to relax with friends. Enjoy tasty beverages or comfort food from Maloney's Grill. The Association of Golf Merchandisers has named Bing Maloney a top 100 golf shop. For tee times, visit bingmaloney.com. It's Sacramento Golf's great value course.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the future has been on display down in Stockton, the A's affiliate in the California League. Beginning on the 10th of August, the top 4 hitters taken by the A's in this year's draft have been in the lineup. Nick Kurtz, Tommy White, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, and Rodney Green, the outfielder from Cal. In that game, those guys combined for 10 hits, and Kurtz hit a home run.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip. A brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Coming up at 3 for and 10 minutes, we'll ask you about fantasy football. As we love doing every year, and we'll do a couple of these. Best fantasy football names so far. That are by the way, that we can say on the air.
Sure.
Here's a few. Hurt so good. Well, the best ones, obviously, a lot of times we'll have a player you have. Bijan Mustard, Olav Garden. Wait. Did I say that right?
Well,
Chris
Olave, but
thank you.
Yeah.
I always mess it up, and I caught myself. Run CMC, come on. Sherlock Mahomes, the Pollard Express, Better Call Hall, to Infinity and Bijan, Finding Debo. I'm cracking myself up. I'm so stupid. Slim Pickens, Fields of Dreams, Bed Bath and Bijan. He's the MVP so far. Dak to the Future. That's from last year. Hot Chub Time Machine. Bishop Sycamore. Because they were not good. Or they were good. Prestige Worldwide. That's annual. King of the Hill. Starvin' Marvin. And Dude, Where's Lamar?
How do you feel about people that use a player's name but they don't have them on their team?
I think it should be illegal.
Illegal.
And if you trade that player, you have to change your team name. I totally feel that way. I would never do that. Some people are like, well, I had him last year. Well, that was last year, pal.
But I'm a fan of him.
some of the archived ones. Country Roads, Take Mahomes. Hit Me With Your Prescott. Ben Burrow and Steele. Kyler Soze. Mayfield of Dreams. I'm About to Go Golf. Oh, Saquon UC. Why am I laughing at these? They're not that funny. Too Kittle, Too Late. Yippee-ki-yay, Justin Tucker. Breest Lightning. Amon a Mission. Amon Saint whatever. Ramon Ross St. Brown.
There you go.
Jamar the Merrier. Pits and Giggles. And to a B or not to a B. Yeah, I like it when people get creative.
Yeah.
Says a guy in my legacy league who has the same name every single year and has had it every single year. I should, sometimes though you just
but is it based on the player or no?
No, it's based on the fact that we all used to play arena softball, right?
Okay.
And like the second game that we played, my buddy Colin, who was kind of a hothead, but really, really not a hothead, but he missed a play, and I think he said the S word, right? He's like, S, right? And then this dude our age, walks out on the field and straight goes, hey, buddy, one more. This is seriously, the second week they're open. Goes, hey, buddy, one more of those and you're out. And we're all like, one more of what? What did he do? I'm like, did he say a slur or something? I didn't hear it. And that's not Colin. And so I walk up to the guy because I know the owner, Greg Joseph, really, really well. He's a friend of my dad's, super cool guy. I'm like, I don't believe I know who you are. He's like, I'll tell you all you need to know is I'm a shareholder here. And I'm like, well, hold on. What are you doing? It's arena softball.
Yeah, take my shares out.
He said the S word. You want to go too? You want to go to, so it ends up being I was trying to be the peacemaker. Yeah. This guy was such a D-bag. It ends up blowing up. They had to stop the game. We're having this huge, and then finally Greg, the owner, comes out, sees what's going on, kicks other dude off the field, the guy that came up to us, being a little too,
aggressive.
So my team name every year is the Shareholders and has been from day one, just because, and that became a thing where we'd be in an argument about poker and somebody would just be like, yeah, dude, I'm a shareholder. One more, buddy, you're out of here. It's come on.
Makes sense.
The NFL kickoff rule is still in the air, as you say, for 2024. Yeah. Now we have some numbers on. Look, it's making a difference. I think it's just a matter of, is the difference, the difference you want. The average starting position through the second full week of exhibition games, Jason, is at the 28.3 yard line. That's up 4.4 yards. That's significant. It's already sparked some talk that teams might just opt to kick it deep through the end zone once the regular season starts, trading the starting spot after touchbacks at the 30-yard line for lessening the risk of giving up a long return. That's also kind of where I think it's going to go. I think that's eventually where it'll go. It's just too much of maybe that's strategic. Maybe you let there be returns, but then as you get later in the game, if it's close, you're like, yeah, we don't even want to chance this. The NFL, some people had said maybe move the touchback to 35 to further dissuade teams from doing that, but that sounds like that's not going to happen. Dawn Aponte, the NFL's chief football admin officer, said the way we passed this and discussed it with the competition committee, as well as membership at large, was really about continuing evaluation. It's a one-year rule change, so we anticipate to evaluate this throughout the season. But you're trying to figure out if you're going to do it this season. There have been some minor tweaks this summer, including allowing the kicking team to have a 12th person on the field as a holder if the ball falls off the tee twice.
Right.
That player would be required to leave the field immediately after the kick. I mean, screw it. Just do that anyways. If you need a holder.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
Yeah. 78% of kicks have been returned this preseason, up from 63 a year ago. There have been 11 returns past the 40-yard line, nearly double last year's rate. And this was all approved because last year kickoff return rates fell to an all-time low of 22%. 13 kicks in the Super Bowl went for touchbacks. So I like it, and I don't know. It's new, and I'm in an evaluation mode myself.
Yeah. Again, kickers are kicking the ball farther than they have in the past. I think the one remedy could be you even move the kickoff line, where you kick off from further back. So it allows more returns, but then it's back to, do you want this full speed run down the field where what they've implemented in the preseason is different? So again, what is the goal? What do they want? More returns? Yes. More safety? Yes. How do you get both?
I think they're trying to mitigate how they can. What's the sweet spot there? Speaking of injuries, the new helmets look encouraging. 200 of the approximately, Jason, the league has now approved 8 position-specific helmets. They're estimating that about 200 of the players in training camps are using them. Now, all the teams together, how many players would you guess are in training camps?
Overall?
Give me a number of you. All the players in all the training camps.
About 2,400.
Chris?
Have that right? Somewhere in there.
2,500.
Yeah, 2,900. I don't know. Reading that kind of blew, like, wow.
Yeah.
3,000. I understand. There's no, you bring everybody in and all. 3,000 players. And you're trying to make a 55-man roster? 52? Is it 52 or 53?
53.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle. Anyways, players using those helmets don't need to wear the soft shell helmet covers known as guardian caps in practices. But the NFL estimated a 50% reduction in concussions among position groups using the guardian caps the past 2 preseasons. But they're saying the new helmets are as good or better than a guardian cap on top of an older style helmets. Players can now wear guardian caps in games, and there were 6 players who did it the first weekend of preseason games and 5 this past weekend. I don't know how you just don't mandate it. If you don't mandate it, you got to mandate it, especially if they have helmets. I understand, like, some players are like, I don't want to wear this stupid beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what else you don't want? CTE.
Right.
So stupid beanie, better. Get it sponsored.
Yeah. I mean, I think Kelly Brothers said it last week about the guardian caps. Like, there was a time where hockey players
good
wear
at business.
That's
helmets.
right.
And it just, now you see it and you're like, why did they not wear helmets?
Why? Yeah. Can you imagine a dude just rolling around?
Cars didn't even have seatbelts. Then it was like, optional. I mean, like, whatever. That's everybody's choice, but it just seems so second nature.
You ever go back and look at YouTube clips of the old news clips of when they first mandated seatbelts, or the better one is when they passed a law where you can't drink beer in your car.
Yeah.
And you see people are like, it's taking my freedoms.
You know what I saw in Hawaii? Like, it was just because I hadn't seen it in forever. And as a kid, I did it all the time. I saw people sitting in the back of a pickup truck on the freeway. And I'm like, they're driving. And
you can do that in Hawaii?
I think someone said the rule actually is if there are seatbelts in. Like, I think you could do it here, which I'm like,
you can if you can get seatbelts.
How do you get seatbelts in a pickup?
Someone has to make
them.
Yeah,
I guess so.
But it was just weird to see. I'm like,
man.
Right. Wait, can they? Or I don't know what the rules are.
Can I tell you something I hate seeing? And maybe this is just me, because it's like Americana, but it gets me every time. I don't like dogs in pickups.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Like, I get the dog likes it because smells and wind and dog.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, if you get you don't even have to get in an accident. You just have to hit your brakes hard.
Right.
And it's flying dog. Like, why? Look, I get a dog's not a human, but weirdly enough, and I don't say this enough, I truly feel this way. If I don't know who the human being is, and it's a choice between human safety and dog safety, I always pick the dog. I don't know. That's probably a bad thing, but I always side with dog because at least they don't know any better. I don't think dogs should be in pickups in the back. And just put it in the front seat. Roll your window down a little bit.
Not on your lap.
No, not on your
driver's
lap.
lap.
Even if it's like like we have little dogs. Like, even then, that's dangerous. And yes, I understand that a dog in a car, if you get in an accident, but the chances of dog getting jacked in the car versus dog getting jacked in a pickup truck. Or be like us, we're idiots. We have little dogs and we have little dog car seats. We do. They snap in and, just dog around. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Talk about the new event in the 2028 Olympics. Will it work? And a little fantasy football as well. Don't go away. We're right back.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All righty. Coming up at 7:30, Tua Tagovailoa calls out his ex-coach, Brian Flores. We get some other NFL notes as well as we inch ever closer towards the start of the NFL season. Da, 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 ba. You know the lyrics to that song?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have lyrics. I feel like they should. 3 for Madness.
This is football.
This is football.
Tonight.
Nope. Just 3 for Madness. I'm going to sit here and come up with lyrics. Go ahead.
Will flag football be the breakdancing of the 2028 Olympics?
I don't think so. I don't, because there's not football, right? So or is there? There's no football. Yeah. I will tell, I just want to go around the room. Chris, this might not work for you. Jason, there's a coin flip. I think this will work with you. When I mentioned NFL and flag football, what's the first thing you think of?
The running back for the Patriots.
Robert Edwards.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That is the first. I hate it. Robert Edwards was, I think, first year or second year running back for the Patriots with a huge future. This was, I think, a Pro Bowl thing. They played flag football. I want to say it was in the sand.
Yeah.
Just shredded his knee. Never, ever the career ender, basically. So, unfortunately, for those over 35, that's the lasting memory. I'm all for it, especially in LA. Let's have some fun. And I think what's really cool about it too is when you have stuff like this somewhere in some nondescript, tiny Caribbean, African, somewhere country, there's a group of determined people that are great athletes that have no idea what they're doing, that are watching film right now, that somebody's volunteering to go over there and coach, perhaps with some experience over here, like a cool runnings type thing. And there's going to be a group of people that get to be Olympians and get to go, yeah, they're going to get the, kicked out of them probably. But I always love that story of random tiny nation getting in with the new event. And that's probably already started.
And Jeff Fisher's coaching him.
So they just win bronze every year. I think flag football. I think it'll be. I'll watch.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely will watch. I mean, it's the one thing I will say about, to me, traditionally football here it's NFL or college. Any other league that's tried hasn't done well. Now, can you get some names, or is this just gonna be different because it's USA?
No,
it's Olympics.
No, I don't know this, but I would imagine, and this is another reason I like it. This is a chance. The most popular sport in America by far is NFL football.
Mm-hmm.
This is an opportunity for NFL players to get gold medals.
Yeah.
To have the Olympic experience because they don't have that opportunity. My guess, this is going to be like 3-on-3. for basketball. My guess is this will be made up of probably entirely NFL or close to entirely NFL players, unless the union, once again gets crushed and there's some sort of contract disincentive. But Tyreek Hill has already said he wants to play. I would be shocked if they weren't all NFL players, because they want a chance to have the Olympic experience, get a gold medal, and it's the offseason.
And it's in LA.
So why not? I would imagine it's all
well, it's off season, but it's also around camps though, right?
Maybe that's their way
going to be like, hey, we're good with this.
You better.
Yeah.
You better. I mean, I understand there's a difference between guy who's trying to make the roster and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But it's not like these guys are. It's not like these guys aren't staying in shape and doing stuff athletically, and then you can roll in halfway through camp with your gold medal.
Yeah, and I know it wasn't the NBA season, but I mean, Steph, LeBron, AD, Tatum, they could have got hurt.
Yes.
They didn't, thankfully.
Yes.
But they could have and done damage to next season.
And that's a worry, too. And by the way, I think you have flag football in 2028, and God forbid, some star player goes down with an injury, misses the year or half the year, then you're gonna have some issues. But I'll save you some. I'll save the mystery. Whether it's 2028 or 2032, if it sticks around, someone will get hurt. It's football, but hopefully that's minimal.
I don't know how many NFL players are going to see.
Why?
I could see them saying, because there's already a U.S. flag football team that doesn't have any NFL.
Right. I'd like to see them compete against the team of NFL players, though. I maybe I'm wrong.
But would you want to see that against other countries? Would you want to see a bunch of NFL players play
other countries,
like New Zealand? I guess New Zealand would be closer.
Like, destroy them?
I'm trying to think of like a. Let's go with France.
You're saying because it would be such a blowout?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Would I want to see better competitions? Of course, you're right. But NFL players want gold medals. They see what's happening in the NBA with Kevin Durant and all these guys. They want gold medals.
But how come
Then play basketball?
But how come some of the, let's say Jaylen Brown, De'Aaron Fox, and we'll say Keegan.
Why didn't they play 3-on-3? I think it's a great question. I think it's great.
No NBA player played 3-on-3.
I think it's a really great question.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's let's add that to our list of questions for De'Aaron, which I think would be the same thing. His is more of probably a family and chill thing, but you're absolutely right, because you have seen players openly talk about how much they'd love the Olympic experience and they'd love to get a gold medal. You're right. Hey, 3-on-3, unless there's some rule, but I can't imagine there could be a rule.
Right. There's only 12 spots in the Olympic team. It's like, hey, I can be on this 3 team.
No disrespect to Jimmer, but let's go. And by the way, unless they already have this and I don't know, I'd love for them to extend the 3-on-3. It's like what we used to do in junior high. We used to have a tournament every year, and it was every team was required to have a girl on it. So it would be like me, a buddy, and a girl, and usually somebody from the team. I'd love to see, I think that's something where you could have like mixed doubles, where you could have like mixed basketball. Sure. I think that'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Has anyone had their fantasy football draft yet?
No, but they're coming up.
Yeah.
My first one is, I think, a week from tomorrow, and then
I think to me, you just shouldn't have them yet. I mean, there's only one more week of preseason, but that's happened to leagues before. It's like, oh no, that guy's out for the year. I just drafted him.
There's one league I have that does their drafts before the final preseason game. And my thing is always like, guys, I understand some of you are in multiple leagues. I am too, but really the only time it should be like a rule. The only time you can have a fantasy football draft is the weekend before opening day.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Because every single year, without fail, somebody gets hurt in that final preseason game and is out maybe 6 weeks, maybe the whole season. Why do it?
Right. And or practice. It can happen in practice too. Sometimes it happens.
That's exactly right. It's been happening a lot. In fact, we'll have that at 7:30. A couple guys out because of practice. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Does anyone have a punishment for whoever finishes last in their fantasy football league?
I thought of this because did you see the thing where the guy was in full Masters caddy getup? He had to caddy for he lost. He had to, which whatever. I've seen far worse. The Waffle House one is the one that's really gained popularity, where it's 24 hours and you have to You have to stay there. I think it's for 24 hours, but you get to knock an hour off for every waffle you eat.
Correct.
Yeah. So that just seems uncomfortable. I love waffles. I really love waffles. But after about, I don't know, 5, I don't love waffles anymore for a while. So
you got to 19 hours.
Yeah. At that point, if like 4 is more comfortable, like what's the difference between 19 and 20 hours?
Yeah, but I'd also want to leave.
Right.
So I'm just 4. I'd probably find new and inventive ways to eat waffles. Here's a Waco. It's a waffle taco.
Don't think you'd want to put more stuff in it.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't know. Jason, we don't have a punishment for whoever finishes last.
I don't either in any of the leagues I'm in.
We do have a punishment though if anyone is late for the draft, because
that's right.
I've told you this
for the one person, right?
The one person. Now, last year nobody was late, but even the reason the rules set up. He at least last year learned that lesson. We have one of our buddies has a giant Pink Panther getup thingy, and if you're late, you have to wear the Pink Panther outfit the whole time. And we always draft outside, and a lot of time, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It can get hot, and you have to make your draft picks through the Pink Panther head. I gotta take a picture of somebody.
And I'm guessing it's not getting washed.
You're probably right. That thing. See, the drafts are usually at my house. That's my trick. So I'm always on time. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't want. Oh God, yeah, you're right. Especially with some of my.
So you could never be late.
That's yes, exactly right. I got one buddy in particular. I think who wore it last year. We call him the hippie, and God, and especially like we usually do it on a Saturday. And he's just
follow him.
No, and it's not just that he's a hippie, but he is. What do you call somebody who? Well, I guess the right term would be a functioning alcoholic. He drinks more than anybody I know, like a ridiculous amount of drinking, but also has like a job and a house and whatever. So, I'm trying to say in a very nice way that the inside of that Pink Panther outfit after he wears it probably smells like a mixture of BO, beer, and Jack Daniels. And
Stinky!
Yeah, it's just not a fun cologne to sniff while you're trying to draft. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into some NFL notes and some audios. Tua Tagovailoa did not mince words when it came to his former coach, Brian Flores. We'll have that for you next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA3 Weather Center. We're going to start out the day with mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Highs this afternoon, though, climbing into the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Toyota's national sales event is on now through Labor Day weekend. So grab the keys to a new Toyota and make the most out of these final days of summer. Unlock the one you've been waiting for with Toyota's vast lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including hybrids. Don't miss a low lease on the 2024 Corolla, Corolla Cross, RAV4 Hybrid, Tacoma, and even the new all-hybrid 2025 Camry. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Ends 9/3/24.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome to everybody in the YouTube chat. Like, subscribe. Hello. A lot of our regs. Good to see them in there. I was direct messaging with Zebra the other day.
Oh, really?
She was showing me she collects rocks and paints them.
Oh, yeah.
I think I showed you the one, that
was pretty impressive.
Sacktown Sports one she made.
Yeah.
And then
a few others.
Yes. Then she showed me it was a different photo of and a lot of them had messaging on them.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
very strong messaging.
Yeah, very strong messaging indeed.
Yeah.
But that's really cool.
Yeah.
If you have one of those rocks, you know where you stand.
You know exactly. There is no ambiguity there. Beeman's in there, says last year, last place in his fantasy league, had to play a round of golf in a dress.
Okay.
I mean, I'd do that. Why not?
It's fine.
I just get really jealous and go back. We used to have this rule at one of the years I was in school where the boys had to wear pants. They can wear shorts.
Okay.
But then I was always jealous because girls could wear skirts. I was like, that's inequality. That's our struggle. Like, why can't we wear skirts? Aren't skirts shorts? Kind of, right? And that's the struggle men have had throughout the years.
Preach.
Right?
Yeah.
Preach. Tua Tagovailoa struggled to deal with Brian Flores, his ex-coach, and he had some things to say. Here's the difference between what he says between Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel.
To put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. You're going to start to believe that about yourself.
So here's a reference. basically Tua's being coached by Bender's dad from Breakfast Club. I'm really torn on this one, Jason. And I know Chris and I are going to disagree on this. I knew it when I looked at this last night. I think people are different.
Yes.
I think people have different motivations.
Yes.
I don't think when you're in a position of motivating that playing on someone's insecurities or creating said insecurities is necessarily or should necessarily be an out of bounds thing if dealt with properly. Now, if it's just abusive, of course.
Right.
But I know that, and everybody has their own personal, road. But I know that, like, in my life, for example, I've had mentors before that have at times been like, yeah, dude, you don't, at this station, you do not belong here. You are on, I don't even know how you're here. And they might not have been trying to mentor me too either. Some of them, like, legitimately, we had an ex VP of programming who would have that conversation with me often. And I responded to that. Oh, really? Oh, well, I'm going to work 10 times harder now to prove you wrong because I hate you.
Right.
And I think in a perfect world, everyone's lifted up.
Yeah.
It's positive. I think I'd rather be coached like that. But sometimes the best coaching, and again, radio guys, quarterback, I get it. But
that could be teaching, mentoring, leading, parenting.
Challenge. You're right. Parenting. That's a great one.
Right. Because look, anybody out there that's a parent or obviously has been parented or watched others, like, everybody kind of does it differently. And we all kind of go, I wouldn't do it that way.
Sure.
But that's not your kid.
But what do they respond to?
Right.
What are their motivations? What gets their clock ticking?
Yeah. And so, I mean, for me, I can only speak for me. Like, if I had a coach, generally, unless I feel like I have pretty good self-awareness. So, like, if I made an error, if I screwed up, I ran the wrong play, I'm probably aware of it.
Right.
Now, if you yell at me, like, that's not going to, I mean, if you got to yell at me because you got to yell at me, but if you're going to constantly do it, like, you idiot, blah, blah, like, I knew what I did it wrong. I'll get it right the next time.
Right. And I know that.
I don't need you to do that. But, like, if you did it once, all right, you're making your point. I got it. I screwed up. But if you keep doing it, that's not going to work for me. For me.
For you.
Right.
And that's
a lot of people would just shut off.
Yeah. Like, I'm done with this coach. Why would I ever listen to them again?
Absolutely.
Or a leader or mentor or boss or parent.
I think a lot of it comes down to trust.
Mm-hmm.
If you trust the mentor, that they have your best interests at heart, I think it lands a lot differently.
Yeah.
If it's a parent, if it's a loved one, or if it's just, again, a coach or a teacher, somebody that you know.
Because you're right. Some of those people are like, this is exactly what I needed. Really?
Right.
But it worked for that particular person.
I needed to have my buttons pushed because I found a different level.
Yeah.
How many players have been coached by Bill Belichick, for example, that have probably been absolutely reamed in front of everybody, including Tom Brady. Tom Brady has said multiple times, I'm not who I am without Bill Belichick being very, very hard on me.
Right.
Well, Tom Brady's got that thing in him too, where he felt disrespected, never getting the Patriot player of the game,
right?
To where his whole career is, well, F you. I'm going to show you that I'm the best player here.
That's exactly right. He responds to that. Now, here's the important thing, though. And again, everybody just uses their own. I'll be very hard on my daughter sometimes because she does dumb things, as all teenagers do, and we'll have some very difficult conversations. Or again, her missing the pass is her not keeping her room clean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where I can't back down, but sometimes I have to kind of adjust my teaching. But what's important is that when she does do the thing, I will overwhelm her with praise and love. Like you, and as a coach or a mentor, I think, look, if you're going to be hard on somebody, be hard on them if it's necessary. And there's a line too, by the way. There's a difference between, come on, you're better than that. What the hell is wrong with you? Were you smoking drugs before this game? Stop doing it. And like, dude, you are a failure, just like your dad. Like, obviously there's lines. But I think it's important that you have that positive reinforcement as well You have to. It's a carrot and
When it's
stick.
done correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have to have that. And if it's all negative, well, then that's on the mentor. And that's unfortunate because that is such an egregious failure on the coach's part. And by the way, love to have Brian Flores on the show. Because what if Brian Flores comes on, or what if Brian does a podcast or whatever and goes, okay, here's the other side. When Tua came in, and by the way, I'm totally making this up. I have no idea. I'm just presenting. Yeah, when Tua came here from Alabama, he was 15 pounds overweight, and we tried to get him, let's just say work ethic wasn't the thing. I didn't want to, I would never say any of this publicly, but I got to defend myself. This guy was distracted. He loved video games. I saw in Tua Tagovailoa a potential Pro Bowl player, MVP type guy. I believed in Tua more than Tua believed in himself. And I tried everything with him. And the only thing he ever responded to was me getting on him. And you know what? He had this, and this success when I was his coach. And I don't apologize for anything because I believed in him and I felt like I had to push him. And it was personal, but it was personal in the sense that I loved the kid. And I thought he could be better than he was. I think he coasted on his talents his whole life. And to reach his maximum potential, I had to get in his head and I had to coach the guy. Well, what if it's that?
Right.
And that's why I want to be careful about slamming Brian Flores, because I at least want him to have an opportunity if he wishes to take the other side and present that to us. But on the surface, it doesn't look too good for him. So it's kind of like how you were with me.
Big time.
Or when I started.
Yeah.
When I came in that first time.
And look at the results.
I mean, absolutely.
What did Jason tell you when you guys we were talking about that?
What
was Jason telling you? You just said that he told you.
What did Jason tell me? What the hell is wrong with you? Were you smoking drugs before this game? Dude, you are a failure, just like your dad.
Jeez, Jason.
It worked, Chris.
It's not a failure. You're a failure.
Tough tactics.
Smells like McMuffins. We'll take a break. When we come back, today is the anniversary. I'm stealing a little bit from the end of the show. Today is the 24th anniversary of Tiger Woods winning his third major of the year. But it got me thinking when I was reading everything. Who has had the best run in your lifetime in sports? I want to get into that because I got a couple ideas here. And fringe sports are welcome. They may not be accepted, but I'm sure Chris is going to come in with Alistair Johnson of the Exeter Clowns in
1942?
Right.
Of course.
But you weren't alive in 1942, so that wouldn't count. But we'll talk about it all next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
I just don't like going to church, man. I don't like the people there. People at church have coworker vibes.
Ralph Barbosa, the super cool ass tour.
Some of them are cool, but most of them, they're just being fake nice because they want that promotion. If those are the people that are going to be hanging out in heaven, I just go to hell.
Saturday, September 7th, the venue at Thunder Valley. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss the hilarious Ralph Barbosa live.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Recently, I was at the dealership, and I had to get a look at their Sprinter vans up close and personal. And boy, was I blown away. One of the first things I noticed was the Mercedes star in the front. So it's made with the same premium quality Mercedes-Benz is known for. Plus, their Sprinter vans are fully customizable. So if you want to use it for your business, maybe you want to go on a camping trip, or even hauling your kids and their teammates to sporting events around town, they can set it up for you. From vans to box trucks to RVs to even limos, it's a one-stop shop. Don't believe me? Well, go see for yourself. Give the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van a test drive at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You won't be disappointed. It's just a short drive down I-5 off of 8 Mile Road or anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com. And while you're there, tell me your boy Drape sent you.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Bing Maloney Golf Course is 27 holes of high-flying public fun, and Bing Maloney is a classic design for golfers of all abilities. Bing Maloney's lighted driving range is a great place to learn and practice this summer under the covered hitting stations. The range also offers a practice putting green and outdoor furniture to relax with friends. Enjoy tasty beverages or comfort food from Maloney's Grill. The Association of Golf Merchandisers has named Bing Maloney a top 100 golf shop. For tee times, visit bingmaloney.com. It's Sacramento Golf's great value course.
In the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Texting 916-339-1140. Dave, what's the best advice you can give an aspiring sports journalist? I'll say the same thing I always do. Don't.
Ah, come on. That's the best advice?
Yes.
Why?
Well, let's see. If you want to work long hours in which you're generally criminally underpaid, doing a thing that doesn't have the most meaning in the world, only to find out probably somewhere in your 30s when you eventually find someone nice enough to procreate with you that this just ain't going to pay the bills. And then you then smarten up, quit chasing the dream, and leave to go get a real job and find that you're working with people 8 to 10 years younger than you, and you lost any form of a head start you might have had on your career, knowing that maybe 5% of the people in the business are actually able to not just make a career out of it, but not have to live out of a suitcase going town to town to town. Well, then it's the job for you. But if my kids ever wanted to get into sports journalism, I would do everything I could to dissuade them, because Jason, you and I are exceptions. You of course, you know that the ability to make a living and stay in the market that we've stayed in for as long, that is an exception.
That's rare.
You look back at the history of just this station alone.
Yeah.
Look at some of our biggest, but Whitey is not from here.
Right.
And Whitey has had, Bay Area here, whatever, Kyle, Philadelphia, Boston, out here. Coase lived out of a suitcase in Philly, Golden State, everywhere else. Grant, Ohio, New York, all that stuff. Like, you can pretty much name it. You and I are, and I don't mean this in a complimentary way, I'm just saying we're unicorns in the sense that doesn't happen that often. So why would I want to tell some poor bastard, again, my opinion, to do this when in the advent of podcasts?
But you're looking at that jumping around as a negative thing. It's not always a negative thing.
That's true. If that's something you want to do, it's tough to ask your kids to make new friends and start new things and all that. But on top of that, podcasts, TV, and your phone, all the different things. I mean, look, radio ain't, everyone says radio is dying and there'll always be a place for spoken word, but the competition now compared to when, just 10 years ago is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's a question I think you probably get asked a lot. I actually do too. And my answer has changed over the years, because now I would say, like in the past, it'd be like, hey, like we used to have interns and internships. Get involved, go anywhere you can, get an internship, just get into a building. I would say now, like, what can you create yourself?
That's exactly
you don't need a station, you don't need a paper, you don't need an online. You can have your own podcast. Well, who do I have to listen? Market it. You got to figure out a way to get. I have one listener. Well, can you get to 2?
Every social media account started at 1 follower.
Yeah, can you get to 40? I mean, all of a sudden, some of these things have grown to massive things, and you're like, at what point? What was Joe Rogan just? Who was listening to?
That's right. You had to build it.
Yeah,
and you're right about that. You need a laptop and a $20 microphone, and you can reach people.
Yeah,
and create. If it's real advice, the advice I always give people is, next time you're in the shower, it's always a great way to start. Next time you're in the shower, pick your favorite sports topic, the thing that is number 1 on your list for the day, or that is right in your wheelhouse. Grab a shampoo bottle while the water's running on you, and try to talk about it for 5 minutes. Just try the thing you are most passionate about, the most knowledgeable, the number 1 ranked thing. Talk about it for 5 minutes. See what that feels like. And then realize that if you make it in the business, you're going to have to do that for 15 minutes. You might be lucky enough to have a partner who can talk a little bit there, and you're going to have to do that for 4 hours. And you're going to have to do that on topics that you have no idea about or very little knowledge on. Like that's the real world. Yeah, it's not just, hey, I want to talk about the Kings when they won last night. Hey, so do I.
Yeah.
You know what I don't want to talk about necessarily? NFL rule changes, and how can I make it interesting for the audience to listen to? And hey, let's come up with 6 questions a day and 3 for madness and safer out that hopefully will spark a conversation. That's the nitty-gritty dirt of trying to do the thing. Try doing that. JR at 1-800-920-1140. Good morning.
I had Procreate on my bingo card.
Yeah, baby. It's Tuesday. It's Procreation Tuesday.
Bingo.
And by the way, let's be clear. It's not amateur creation. It's procreation.
No. Yes. Semi-procreation in your words. Hey.
What?
Hey, you guys are no slouches. You have tens and tens of listeners
Thank
out
you.
there.
That's
We're
right.
Tremendous slouch.
But I will say, you brought up Whitey. That is an exception. That young man has done so well on the different places. And think about all the things where the other thing is the station comes in one day and says, we're going to format this way. And you're like, wait, what? And you're looking for, has he ever told you the story? He brought his daughter in for Daddy Day at work. And it was the day, I don't think it was KCK. I think he was still on at KC, the other one on 93 Rock.
He was on 93 Rock. Yep.
And they said, bye-bye.
Yep. Daddy daughter day.
Oh, my God. It's such a great story. It's so sad. I'm so glad it wasn't me.
But in the end, though, what a great lesson for the kid.
Yes.
Hey, this is the real world.
There you go.
Yeah.
You better have a secondary plan and maybe a third and a fourth.
Hey, you know what? You'd better have a secondary plan.
I know. I can only call in so many stations.
Wait, he calls other stations?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
As RJ.
He just changes it every one?
Yeah. Tricks them all.
Tricks are for kids. From the 916, same texter. Jesus, thanks for the advice, Dave. I appreciate the honesty. I feel like Tua. What do you want? All right. Shoot up a little bit of this segment. Tiger Woods on this day won his third major of the year, beating Bob May in the PGA Championship. I actually remember that Bob May out of nowhere.
Brian's brother.
Yes, as a matter of fact. That was August 20th of the year 2000. So I was thinking, Jason, and we can roll this over, but best runs of our lifetime. Jordan comes to mind. 6 and 8 years, and he took 2 off. That Tiger Woods run from 98 to 2010. Brady.
Yeah. I would say one that comes to mind, it's not the entirety of the career. We're talking about a run of their career. It was Tyson.
That's a good one.
I mean, when he was peak, like not only was he winning, he was knocking everybody out. The fights were short. Like there was nobody more feared than Mike
No.
Tyson. Ronda Rousey had a run,
She had a very brief, but
like who's
very
going to ever beat her? And then it's like, oh, now people are beating her, or someone did.
I always feels weird when when Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey and just cooked her. I mean, that was a bad beating. It's like, dude, when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, it was almost like, okay. But then he got all the jail and all that, and it was never ever the same. Your Yankees had a great run, the Jeter era Yankees. The Spurs. But I just wonder, like, unless I feel like the big three are Brady, Jordan, Tiger. And that's kind of why I'm bringing it up. Am I missing one? Am I missing one that isn't English League soccer?
That's not one of those sports?
Is there just another run that I'm missing that would be in our lifetime bigger than Jordan, Tiger, Brady?
Michael Phelps.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You could say Lance Armstrong before the whole.
Hey, somebody brought something up about Michael Phelps that made me think yesterday. They were like, to say Michael Phelps is the greatest Olympian ever is trash. I was like, wait, that's a hot take. Okay. But their point was not that he wasn't necessarily the greatest Olympian, but that swimming offers so many ways to get medals.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't compare, like, which is crazier, Michael Phelps winning all his medals or, like, Carmelo Anthony winning 4? Or
yeah, like Durant just tied or broke the record, or Diana Taurasi broke the record.
I would like to see Usain Bolt in a 100-meter back pedal.
I'm going to be honest. I would do.
Yeah,
I
but
really
like
would.
if they had 50, 100, 150, 200, 104,
right,
and all of a sudden he's a 18, 16, 20 time gold medalist. Like, well,
that's why Mark Spitz was the guy before Phelps because you get like 900. No disrespect.
Right. He's doing it better than any swimmer.
That's
has.
right.
Current run right now, Katie Ledecky.
Yeah.
Phelps, Ledecky, Jordan,
Simone Biles,
Brady, Tiger. So whose was the best? All considering.
Serena.
Why do I feel like it's Woods? Is it because it's an individual sport? No, because there's other individual sports. But then I go, wait a minute. Jordan won 6 titles in 8 years. But hold on a second. Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings.
More than anybody.
More than anyone
Like
by
Tiger
almost
doesn't have
double.
more majors.
No, he doesn't.
Tiger Woods, though, for that run where he's like winning everything, it feels like if there was a batter hitting 556.
Dude, honestly, the closest I've seen to Tiger when he made his run was that Barry Bonds year, where he got on base more than he had at bats, technically, or whatever. Individually, I don't know that you could have a better run than Tiger at that sport too, where it's so freaking hard to win. Anyways, we'll take a break. When we come back, the NBA season, we still have a ways to go, but as we get closer, we're going to hear from more and more air quotes experts. What team's going to have the largest turnaround? What team's going to have the biggest tumble? And what new player will make the biggest impact with their new team? And are there any Sacramento Kings involved in that list? Well, Jason Ross has it. We'll talk about it next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This Labor Day, head to the Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Don't take a big bite of banana right before you're about to come back on your radio show. It's kind of dumb.
That's other good advice.
That's, yeah, as we continue to give advice to potential broadcasters. I feel kind of guilty. Like, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, man. I'm not. Like, if you want to get into the business, chase your dream. Because maybe you are one of those.
Go to business.
Yeah, maybe that's you. I don't want to crush some like kid's dreams or whoever. But I just see, I think maybe it's just because I'm scarred because we've seen a lot of really good people that we love crash out of the business.
Right.
And then, you talk to them and it takes a chunk out of you. And maybe it's just some misplaced guilt from that. You want to do stuff for them. Past people we've worked with, people we love, people that I think are 30 times more talented than me, that and there's this guilt that goes, and you just I don't want to encourage that for people. But if you do, if you are able to make a living out of it, yeah, dude, it's an awesome job. It's a good job. But know this, talking about unicorns, just please understand that Jason Ross is the unicorn of unicorns, because you've been in this business a long time and you're still a normal human. And that's
what you think.
That is almost impossible, because pretty much anyone who has been in this business for any length of time, especially if you're front facing, you kind of become a little bit of a psycho. And I don't mean like killing animals and stuff. I'm saying like your mental health is not always great.
Can I push back on that a little bit?
Push.
I think you got to be kind of a psycho to get into it to begin with.
I think you're right. What kind of a psycho is like, hey, I have things to say and people are going to want to hear it every day for 4 hours. That is kind of, you're right about that, but it doesn't help. I don't think it helps the psychosisness. But you know what, dude? If that's your thing, then that's your thing. God bless you. And we're always here to help, as long as we don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
At all.
We'll just say we helped.
We'll just say we helped.
Yeah.
Make us feel good. So the experts have given their opinions. And Jason Ross, according to ESPN Basketball Experts, and that's ESPN.com, the team with the largest turnaround. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at the teams real quick. So I want to see if this is what I would have said. Largest turnarounds. Now, does a turnaround necessarily, what qualifies as a turnaround for you? Like, do they have to like miss the playoffs?
No, I would say just have to maybe increase their win total the most. So, I mean, in theory, it could be a great team, a good team that was, 48 win team that all of a sudden won 65. Like, that's massive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a big difference. But I don't know that in the classic way, it's probably a team that was not very good.
Right.
And then all of a sudden won a bunch more games the next year.
So the answer from ESPN.com is Memphis, and I completely understand why. You get one of the best players in the league back. They were terribly injured last year. That's probably the right answer.
Yeah.
Did you agree with that?
Yeah, I know. That's probably who I would have voted for, just based on being the 2 seed the year before. Mm-hmm. Injuries, as you mentioned, and other things last year that kept them out of the top 10. And then, yeah, they'll be a team I would think they'd be fighting for that, one of the top spots if everything went right.
The only thing that would have given me pause, and again, under your rules of, or your guidelines, that probably the biggest turnaround, biggest win, difference. I could miss on this, dude, but San Antonio Spurs won 22 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they add 20 to that. I don't think it's likely.
Mm-hmm.
I think Victor Wembanyama's that good. And I'm looking at their starting line, their projected lineup next year, but you add Chris Paul,
mm-hmm.
which I think is a great addition for that team. Devin Vassell, Florida State's Devin Vassell at the 2. You added Harrison Barnes. You have Jeremy Sochan and Victor Wembanyama, and you got Stephon Castle, who you drafted. You have guys like Keldon Johnson and Zach Collins, who are just good vets on the bench. I really like Keldon Johnson too. But there's that in adding Paul and Barnes to that core of Sochan, Vassell, and Wembanyama. I think it's the exact perfect move.
Yeah. And what I like the most for both of those moves, especially maybe more so Chris Paul, like I feel like they can get all the good things out of Chris Paul and then the trade deadline go.
Yeah.
We're not going to make it. We're better.
That's right.
But we're also going to ship him out, add some more for next. And then I feel like they're one more year away, like another year of experience, maybe another off season of good additions. And then I think.
And what better guy for Castle to learn from?
Yeah.
What better guy from Castle to kind of be tutored under, by the way. And I get it. We all have our thing with Chris Paul or whatever, but you can't deny that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a top 5 point guard of all time. And his IQ, his basketball IQ is insane.
He's a winner. He's made teams better. That one year,
everywhere.
One of his best years to me was that year he was kind of thrown to OKC and everybody said he's going to be traded. And they made the playoffs. And it didn't seem like he had any business doing it.
Yeah,
So,
he was at the end of his career back then, remember? That's
like,
what
it's just a matter of time before he goes to Miami. And it's like, no, he'd stay with the Thunder.
Thomas, you're on with Jason Ross, Christopher Lott, and me.
Morning.
Morning.
So I would say the best record probably for, going with record here, I would say Tiger Woods probably has had the best career. He spent 281 consecutive weeks as number one in the world and 683 weeks total as number one in the world. So I would say those are records that are probably never, ever, ever going to be touched by anybody to come in the game of golf.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, and I find myself leaning towards Tiger as well. I guess it's tough because, for example, how long was Michael Jordan the best player in the NBA? How long was Wayne Gretzky the best player in the NHL? How many years was Tom Brady winning Super Bowls? It's so different. Maybe we should break it up, Thomas, between individual sport and team sport, because you're right. From an individual standpoint, unless I'm missing something with a Sampras or a Federer or something or Serena, you're right, dude. I don't think Tiger may not go down as better than Jack, but I don't think anyone in the history of golf has had more of a dominant run than Tiger Woods did in that 10-year period.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would say one last thing before I let you guys go. I would say in the Jack Nicklaus debate with Tiger Woods, I would say in order for Tiger to match Jack, obviously would be major wins, but I would say how many times did Jack Nicklaus finish second, third in a major versus Tiger Woods? And I would say that should be the debate of who would be the best player of all time. Is you should also look at second and third places in majors in their career. But
sorry, Thomas. Sorry, I thought you were done, and I think he was. He was just wrapping up. Thank you, Thomas. That's a good point. And going back to last segment, I agree with that. And I think you can say something like, when it's all said and done, Jack Nicklaus had the best golf career of all time. Tiger Woods had the best run of all time.
That's probably a fair way to put it.
I don't think anyone's ever been more dominant in golf as Tiger Woods. For that, it was just ridiculous. Every time he went out,
and the totality of what he did for the sport too, raised the bar, and the other people that came in just more trying to be like him.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, there's never been a more influential golfer, I don't think, than Tiger Woods in bringing. And not just doing what he did, but his color of skin didn't hurt either. Well, I mean, it hurt him in the beginning, but the fact that he opened it up for everybody that could say, well, I can do that. And the fact that he was remember he used to say, I'm Kabbalah Asian. The fact that he was multi-ethnic in a lily white sport. I told you once, 6-7 years ago, had the opportunity down south at a charity tournament to meet the great Lee Elder, who was the first guy to ever play at the Masters, who had to stay in multiple houses because of death threats and all the things that he went through. The fact that up until, was it the 80s, all the caddies at Augusta were black? I want to say it was the 80s. So it's not like, we're not talking about pictures of German Shepherds in 1960 something in black and white. We're talking about color TV and pictures in the 80s. And for Tiger to come in and Fuzzy Zeller, I think it was Tiger's first match. Remember Fuzzy, who was on top of the world, and Kmart spokesman and all that, saying, well, what did he say for his first Masters dinner? When you win the Masters, you get to pick what the champions dinner is the year later. And Fuzzy, I'm paraphrasing, but basically said, what is he going to serve? Fried chicken and watermelon? Like, wait, what? That's not in the 60s.
Yeah.
That was the late 90s.
Right.
So, I think the whole picture, I think it's a really, really, really good argument for Tiger. Back to this. Largest tumble this season. Not a good segment for Los Angeles.
No.
Lakers, Clippers. So let's start with the Clippers, because I feel like that's the most understandable. You lost Paul George.
Yeah, and that's the team that's changed the most, where the Lakers didn't change, and they're getting punished for that, I guess.
Yeah, I think with the Lakers, it's just an age thing, really. They're just counting on Father Time to catch up to LeBron. They still have Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
But they don't have a ton else.
No, but look, here's me trying to defend the Lakers, I guess, for no reason.
Ew.
But like some of the guys they were counting on last year, Vincent, Vanderbilt, they were hurt a lot of the year. So, let's paint a picture where LeBron plays. AD's healthy. Hachimura, Reeves, Russell.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, Vincent. I mean,
they also got Dalton Connect, and I hate that they got Dalton Connect.
I mean, I think that team is going to be fine. But that the prediction though is that they have the biggest tumble. If those two are true, that's helpful for the Kings.
I think the biggest thing that gives me pause about the Lakers, because I agree with everything you said, I just don't think they can get the same health out of Davis and LeBron next year.
Well, and that's critical, right?
That's
the top end. If you lose any part of anybody's top end of their team, then you're in trouble.
That's a lot to ask from those two in particular year on year. We'll take a break. When we come back, one more on this new player that would make the largest impact. I know the Kings have a nominee. Did he make the list? And then speaking of the Kings, can a former Kings fan favorite, pizza guy to be exact, can a former fan favorite make the roster? Plus, I see Ted at 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to you as well. All of that right after this.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL?
Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Coming up at 9, that's in 45 minutes. Niners at 9. Don't forget later on, Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. And it's Friday Fun and Games.
Mm-hmm.
Without Jason Ross. Yeah.
You remember.
I thought that was last week.
Yeah, so did I.
Supposed to be, but I was here.
You're going to go play golfy.
I am.
Golfy for charity.
Yes. Yes-y.
By the way, this water bottle, I am currently at relax a little bit.
Is that the full day? We have 2 of those or 1?
What? Am I supposed to bring 2?
I don't know.
It says I'm supposed to drink, if I do one of these.
Oh, yeah, it's the whole day, yeah.
A day?
Yeah.
God, I can't
You're doing great. It's only 8 o'clock, and you've got a good part of that done. Yeah.
But golly, am I burning a path to the men's room?
Yeah.
I was just telling you, I could throw that in a glass with some ice and pull a really bad prank on someone. They wouldn't know the difference.
Well, not accept drinks from you.
No?
Yeah.
Today would not be the day.
Yes.
It's really good. That'd be weird if I offered you a glass of ice water randomly anyways.
Yeah.
New player to make the largest impact on a new team here in the NBA, according to ESPN.com basketball experts. Number 1, Paul George.
Okay. Get it. It's been a long time All-Star.
DeMar DeRozan. Number 4.
Yeah. I'm excited about that addition.
I am too. I don't. I can't necessarily disagree with that. I get it. And I'm not saying there is a potential for it to obviously, again, the standard barring injuries type of thing.
Right.
But I'm really curious to see DeRozan's impact on this team. When you got age, you've got fit and what the HE double hockey sticks is going to happen with Malik Monk.
Well, I'm not that worried about the age.
No.
Fit is always something that you have to wait and see, but I pretty much feel like he's fit in everywhere. I think he's a willing passer, a very good passer, can score at multiple different ways. I just feel like there's way more things that he's going to do to help this team.
But do you worry? And I don't disagree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Do you worry about subtraction by addition?
In what way? Like that maybe it does some damage to Keegan?
Does some damage to Keegan, although that's not really what I'm worried about necessarily. I'm worried about a little more deferring to him. I'm worried about he's kind of a I wouldn't say a ball stopper in a bad way, but he needs the ball.
Yeah.
And he's that midi kind of guy.
Right.
You know, does that change the offense at all? Not necessarily for the good. Does that just create a different, more slogging offense?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that's the intention, but we'll see. I mean, you want to find his strengths as well. I mean, I think his ability to get to the line and to make the mid-range is his strength. And I don't think, is one of the league's all-time great scorers. I mean, really, that's where he's become.
Yeah.
I mean, for his longevity and his production for this many years, I think you want to capture that. So, and to me personally, I said this last year, I know the Kings really believe in spacing and creating a lot of either open lanes or a lot of shooting opportunities, especially beyond the arc. I believe they thought they were a better three-point shooting team than they were.
I agree with you.
They were good at it. I just didn't think they were great at it. So, I mean, if they can get some still hit the threes, still get those open opportunities, but if the twos and free throws are there, go get those.
Incidentally, number 3 on this list for biggest impact on their new team, Alex Caruso with the Thunder. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
he's going to add some really, really the fact that they're going to have the co-steals leader, we'll call it, in Gilgeous Alexander, and on top of that, Caruso in the backcourt, and you combine that with Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren. Now all of a sudden there's a bit of a defensive identity they didn't have before. Number 2, Mikal Bridges of the Knicks. Yeah, I get that. The only thing that might numb that a little bit is the Knicks were already very, very good, as were the Thunder, by the way. And then Paul George. I will note this, Jason. The top 3 all are very much plus defenders. Very much plus defenders. And I don't think that's when you talk about impact overall, and this is the conversation we keep having about the Kings, DeMar DeRozan's a great addition. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I love it and I love everything about it. But they didn't have defense. And I don't want to go into the season being the guy that I usually am that's like, temper your expectations. There's a ceiling on this team. But I think people need to temper their expectations because there is a ceiling on this team. And I think unless Monty does something at or before the trade deadline, I think they're a little handcuffed by that lack of plus. They have 1 plus defender in the starting lineup. They have 1 full-time plus defender in the starting lineup. I believe Fox is a plus defender when he has the energy and wherewithal to do so. Yeah. I think he's very capable.
I'm going to ask you this question because it didn't happen. Maybe it's an unfair one. Sure. If the Kings added Caruso
I thought
and not DeRozan,
100%, 1,000%.
You think they're better?
Yes. 100 trillion billion scrillion % better. I would literally bet my job on that. 100%. Barring injury.
Well, yeah. We got to assume everybody stays healthy.
He's younger. He fits a position of need. Not that they
does he even start.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's Fox and Caruso in your backcourt.
Okay.
And God, I love that backcourt. I love that addition for
Barnes.
City. Yeah. And Barnes, huh?
Harrison
and adding Harrison Barnes.
No, he's here, right? Because you didn't. It's Barnes and Murray and Sabonis.
He maybe is. I don't know because I don't know if that's something they.
But I'm assuming that's the move.
But
right?
if you're saying the choices are the Kings as they are right now, or Caruso and Barnes at the 2 and the 3, yeah, I still think they're better. Although the Barnes thing does cloud it a little bit, but yes, Alex Caruso was that would have been. I want to say the dream offseason would be adding Giannis, but the realistic dream offseason would be adding whether it's Caruso or Mikal Bridges. Honestly, that really in a perfect world, they would have somehow been able to grab Mikal Bridges for Harrison, in that Harrison Barnes spot. I would have liked that more than the Caruso thing. But adding Alex Caruso, especially considering, at least at the time, the price tag on him or lack thereof. Also, remember, he's making $17 million less than DeMar DeRozan this year. And I don't want to turn this. God, the last thing I want to do is turn this into anything negative on DeMar or anything negative on that move. I love him. I love the move. They're going to be better because of him. Bottom line, there's nothing wrong with the move. You're just simply asking me in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Do I think Alex Caruso? Yes. And I'm not even saying Alex Caruso is a better player. I'm saying, again, I'll always go to the food. Okay. You have steak, you have asparagus, but you have no mashed potatoes. So which is going to add to that plate more? Another steak or some mashed potatoes? I'm going with the mashed potatoes because they don't have that. DeMar is a steak. He's a mighty good steak. We've got meat.
He might be the best steak on your plate.
He might be, but we have no potatoes. So the plate's incomplete. That plate is not going to win a championship. It'll be a mighty good plate to eat. Steak. But where's my potatoes? Or any starch. Doesn't have to be potatoes. Hell, it could be green bean casserole. It could be mac and cheese. Starch. We don't have starch.
Keon Ellis isn't that?
Keon Ellis is a bench guy, almost certainly. Keon Ellis is a spot starter bench situational guy. Having the NBA steal, I mean, it's basically mirroring what Oklahoma City did. Having co-steals leader, because Shea had more, De'Aaron averaged more per game. Having De'Aaron and Caruso in that backcourt, having Keegan at the 3 or 4. Now all of a sudden you've got a backcourt and a semi-front court plus defender.
And they both run Chicago that barely won enough games to.
Yes. Here's the thing about that, Jason. I don't have a good comeback right now, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, let's get to, we got sidetracked on the other thing. A Kings fan favorite coming back. Could he make the roster? We also have the Washington Commanders picking their quarterback.
I have a game for you guys, too, as well.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. Ooh, fun and games preview edition coming up next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
You want to see it? You want to see what kind of difference it can make for you when you've got someone representing you on your behalf. If you're ever in a situation where you feel like you need some representation, a lot of us, myself included, wouldn't know where to go. Well, I'm telling you, you've got somewhere for you to go, someone to call. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at SACLegalDefense.com. 916-304-9187 is the phone number. So why might you need some representation? I'm sure you've seen plenty of lawyers on TV. There's commercials all the time. And a lot of them claim to give you a number, claim to be local, and there's a face to that commercial. You're not going to get to that person. They're not local. They just have businesses all over the place. It's just this big, huge brand, and they want to just turn and burn through cases. Well, that's not what happens here with SACLegalDefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. They care about you. They care about this community. He lives right here in our community, and he wants to represent you for whatever your case may be. Maybe it's wrongful termination, an auto accident, whatever the situation is, he is here for you and will go to bat for you. So again, contact SACLegalDefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at 916-304-9187.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Bing Maloney Golf Course is 27 holes of high-flying public fun, and Bing Maloney is a classic design for golfers of all abilities. Bing Maloney's lighted driving range is a great place to learn and practice this summer under the covered hitting stations. The range also offers a practice putting green and outdoor furniture to relax with friends. Enjoy tasty beverages or comfort food from Maloney's Grill. The Association of Golf Merchandisers has named Bing Maloney a top 100 golf shop. For tee times, visit bingmaloney.com. It's Sacramento Golf's great value course.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Public Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number one claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. 916-339-1140 is the chat line, text line. For the 916, what about Keon? He's younger and faster. Not sure Caruso is the answer as much as your infatuation. What has he done? I'm not buying it. Look, without saying anything about Keon, who I love, what has Alex Caruso done?
Yeah, what has he done?
Well, he made the all-defensive first team the year before last. He made the all-defensive second team last year.
And what impact did that have on winning?
He was on a crapperoni team.
Was he?
Yeah. I mean, on paper, it wasn't.
Yeah.
On paper, when you look at DeRozan, Caruso, Vucevic, that's a nice little Levine, Patrick Williams. Yeah. Levine hurt, Patrick Williams hurt, Lonzo Ball hurt. So you could look at injuries as well. I don't know that we ever got a true crack at I don't know that we ever got a true crack at what those Bulls could have been because of injuries.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make that excuse. I think, it's like Mikal Bridges. What impact did he have? We could go back through the list of players on crap teams that didn't necessarily make an impact. Defense isn't everything, but you have to have it. And so that is a backcourt / wing defender that I think, again, the King, that's what he's done. That's what I believe the Kings need.
Okay.
Is an all defensive caliber player. And they might have one in in Keegan Murray. But I'll go back to what I say again, broken record. Give me the last finals winner that didn't have at least one, if not two, all world or at least very above average defensive players. Anyways, the other thing I wanted to run by on that list you gave us, Jason, from ESPN.com, as far as biggest turnarounds, this, that, and whatever. I had it up on my phone. Damn it. Wanted to add just a little bit of cool context. When we talked about which teams will make the biggest leap, the Kings were in a tie for 7th, but really so close to being even higher. They were just 3 points away from being tied for 5th. As far as teams that could take a tumble this season, the Kings do not appear in the top 13.
No, they did not. They did not get votes, or they didn't think of them.
And then there's another one that doesn't involve any Kings. Which player will get their first All-Star appearance this year? Number one, easy, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, almost write that in right now. Chet Holmgren, I get that. Mikal Bridges does not have one. Neither does Jamal Murray. Interesting on here. One of the guys got 3 votes. Buddy Hield. Golden State Warriors. I wonder if they think he's just going to step in and take
launch
over.
Away.
Yeah. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Gets a point.
Okay.
As did this one, I thought actually would be a little bit higher. Alperen Sengun gets 1 point from the Houston Rockets. Ted, welcome in, Ted. You're on the program. Good morning.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. I was listening when I first listened in. You guys were going over player that won't be overcome, like record wise.
Yeah.
And I completely misheard it, and I thought you were saying what record will never be broken.
No, that's a different combo.
Yeah, and mine on that one, just so I can say it since I've been waiting, is the poor Buffalo Bills
losing 4 in a row.
Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
I mean
that's one of them.
If you lose 2 in a row, that's nuts.
Yeah,
but 4, and the way they lost a couple of those, I mean, just unreal.
Well, there's ones like that. There's Ripken's streak. There's DiMaggio's hitting streak. Johnny Vandermeer 2 no-hitters in a row.
Right.
Just doesn't seem like those will get.
But now to break it, 5 Super Bowl losses in a row, no way.
Nah, ain't happening.
Yeah. And then on your Caruso point, I kind of agree in terms of probably equating to more wins, but I also think having another clutch finisher, and you can go to the game against Chicago last year when DeRozan destroyed us in the 4th quarter, and no matter how we tried to defend him, he found a way to either dish it to somebody or just drain a shot in some weird creative way. I mean, he was on fire that night anyway, but he's done that a lot throughout his career, and it doesn't matter what age he is. He's a finisher, and we've lacked that. So I just don't see how that hurts us, even if we're not gaining, a great defender. I think you can kind of add those guys.
Yeah, Ted, I don't, and to be clear, and I know I said this in the middle, this is in no way, shape, or form. Like, I love the DeRozan move. He's going to add to the team. Everything you're saying is 100% correct, in my opinion. He makes the team better. I love the move. He's great. In a vacuum, Jason asked me, would I rather have added a reigning all defensive second teamer who was a first teamer the year before, or DeMar DeRozan? I think the team needs defense more, but that doesn't mean that both can't be right. That what I'm saying could be accurate, but what you're saying is accurate, which is having another, and I do disagree. They have a closer in De'Aaron Fox. He was the reigning clutch player of the year, but to add 2 of the top 3 best closers the last 2 years on the same team, that ain't going to hurt at all.
Yeah.
So.
But Fox looked exhausted at a lot of the end of games, and he was forcing shots that were going for him a couple of years ago, and they weren't last year. And so that's going to take some of that pressure off, and then Keegan's going to change, and we'll see what he becomes. But anyway, I just think it's exciting to see what this team's going to do.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you, Ted.
Thanks, Ted.
And to Ted's point, again, devil's advocating here. I think it's going to be great. Is there a challenge, though, with having 2 closers on the same team, in the sense that, Kings down 1, 3 minutes left, it's crunch time. who do you go to? And I think the right answer is you go to whoever has, whoever's open, whoever. But it's always like, all right, it's Fox time. Oh, it's DeMar time. Well, are they going to have a feeling out as far as who closes, who forces it, who takes it? I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think between Fox, Sabonis, and DeRozan, those are three people that can all probably be involved in the beginning of whatever the play is and trust them to make the right decision.
Yeah.
So Sabonis primarily is a passer, but doesn't mean. But I think then it's like picturing that scenario. The other team's called a timeout. Let's say it's OKC, littered with good defenders. You're probably drawing up something that you go, we are trying to get to this matchup.
Right.
And that's what you do, a screen, dribble, handoff, whatever. It's like, hey, of their 5 defenders, this is the one we want to attack. Okay, well, based on that, looks like it's DeMar's time.
Right.
Or based on that, De'Aaron, go. You've got it. You've got your opportunity. Whatever. I think there's going to be a lot of freedom there in their decision-making. And the ability that between them, one of the 3 of them.
Sure.
And or in Monk, I mean, I gotta believe Monk's on the floor. May start in his hand, may not, but
yeah.
And then maybe Keegan's the one that's open, or
right,
5th shooter, 5th player is open. It's like, oh, Trey Lyles hit the game winner. Yep, because he was open.
Because he was wide open.
Yeah,
because everybody's watching Sabonis.
Yeah,
Sabonis is the closer.
Whoever,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, according to our dear friend Sean Cunningham. We allowed to say Sean Cunningham?
We are.
Okay. According to Sean Cunningham, he is coming in for a workout for competitive scrimmages, whatever you want to call it, with guys like Tony Bradley, Juan Toscano-Anderson, former King, Lonnie Walker, the 4, and IT.
I don't think he's the best fit. I can understand everybody's desire to have Isaiah Thomas here.
Mm-hmm.
One, because of what he meant here before. Likable guy, have him back. But do you think this team needs another point guard?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't
either.
Now, Devin Carter being out may open up a third backup role or whatever, but that's me squinting and turning my head.
Yeah, but between Monk being there, Jordan McLaughlin, I mean, just Keon Ellis, I just feel like they've got some guys. I think the best player that's on the list is Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
You always like to add talent, especially doesn't see, that's a guy I felt like you have to sign a free agent deal to get. Now he's still out there. That could be a night, and he's young. I think he's 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm intrigued by him, but I also then go, I still feel the area of need the most is kind of that 3-4 size, wing, athletic, long wing. Like that's, to me, is where the target would be for me. But
yes,
Juan Toscano-Anderson kind of fits that, but he's not the most amazing. He's fine.
I know you say 3-4, and obviously I agree with you, but I really think it's 4 because I think Keegan is naturally a 3.
Yeah,
I think if you have a Draymond Green or a Victor Wembanyama, you have a shutdown defender at the 5. You can get away with Keegan at the 4 for 82, but they are really. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to do some sort of a Fox, Monk / Herter, DeRozan, Keegan, Sabonis starting lineup,
right? Which a lot of, and if you really, like maybe Sabonis is a 4, maybe Keegan's a 3, maybe DeRozan's a 2. Like they're all kind of playing. They're going to be a smaller team.
They are,
but skilled, and
very skilled.
They're going to line up their strengths, and then there'll be some games where like they were just too small tonight.
I'm just not entirely sure that Fox, DeRozan, Murray, Sabonis, Lyles at the 4 isn't the best starting lineup for this team.
Could be
as it stands right now, but
could be.
That's why Mike Brown gets paid the big bucks.
Yes, he does.
We will take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll go streaking, and at some point, we'll get to what you've all been waiting for: who won the quarterback job in Washington. That's what I've been waiting for. But really, more importantly, a not a record, but a list you don't want to be on if you're the Commanders. We'll get to that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
They say the hardest part of getting something done is getting started. Well, we did that 30 years ago when California first took on the tobacco industry. Now, smoking is down 60%, lung cancer 42%. A couple of our cities have already ended tobacco sales. A California without big tobacco isn't just possible, it's already happening. See our progress at undo.org.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing and leasing. Some other offers must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right?" I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not.
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot? Who is it? I need to know.
It is Adrian Del Castillo.
Hey.
Yesterday against the Marlins, Del Castillo was 2-of-4 with a home run, 6 RBIs, and a stolen base in the Diamondbacks' 9-6 win over the Marlins. He's the third MLB catcher ever with 6 or more RBIs and a stolen base in a single game. He joins Jerry Grody and Johnny Bench as the only other catchers to get those numbers in a game.
Jerry who?
Grody.
Jerry Grote.
All right, Jerry. Remember when Grody was a word?
I was looking up a Mets podcast and they said Grody.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Grody. That's Grody.
To the max.
To the max. I have this list here.
Oh, it was also Del Castillo's 9th MLB game.
Well, that's pretty good. Did you know that Bobby Bonilla? You know, Bob. Hey, you know,
He still gets paid by the Mets.
Yeah, how about that? You
Yearly.
know, he also gets paid by the Orioles.
Mm.
Bobby Bonilla gets $500,000 a year through 2028 from the Orioles. That's an often understated thing. There's all these players that get deferred contract payments. Chris Davis, we know about this, $9.1 million through 2037.
That's not a real year.
Alex Cobb, $4.75 million through 2025, and Bonilla, $500,000. All those from the Orioles, by the way. Wow. The Red Sox will be paying Manny Ramirez $2 million through 2026. Yeah, but $2.5 million also goes to Woodland's Dustin Pedroia through 2028. There's a few others. This year will be the final year for Ken Griffey Jr. of the Reds. $3.5 million, almost 3.
He played for the Reds?
Yeah, can you believe that? Zach Greinke through 2026, $12.5 million. Ryan Braun, Chris's favorite player, $1.8 million through 2031. We told you about Brett Saberhagen of the Mets through 2028.
He's also in the movie The Scout.
Mark Melancon, it's great knowledge, $1 million from the Giants through 2028. And Max Scherzer through 2027 gets a nice tidy payment from the Nationals of $15.
Woo! $15?
No, $15 million. I had you though. Who's not?
The White Sox.
Oh yeah.
They lost yesterday to the Giants 5-3, but going back to August 17th, the White Sox were the first team in the league eliminated from the playoffs. It is the earliest calendar date elimination in MLB history.
Hey!
They made history.
They're lowering season ticket prices next year.
10%. Let's get them.
Would you rather Kings? No, how do I put this question? Because it sounds way too obvious. I'm trying to think of what the sweet spot is here to actually make this a decision. Because the Kings are good right now and everyone wants to see them get better. But like, let's say they do this for like 5 years. They're just kind of bouncing between 4 and 7. So it's like, would you rather the Kings cut season ticket prices by 50% and not make the playoffs, or increase them by 25% and make the playoffs and possibly contend?
That.
Mm-hmm.
Am I working here or am I not working here?
You're not working here.
The 50% off.
I think there is a real interesting question, because there's some people that are like, I just want to go to the games. I'd like to see them win, but I want to go to the game. And then there's others that are like, I'm with you. Like, I'd rather stay home and watch them on TV 100% of the time and have them contend than go to the games for free and not have them.
Could there ever be a way where you fans paid for a win?
You mean like a sliding scale? That's one of those fan union things that I've obsessed on, because yes, ultimately tickets would be predicated upon wins and losses. Wow. And there would be a sliding scale that look, it's a really long, really convoluted conversation. Do you go on previous year? Do you go on a 3-year average? Do you go in 10-game increments? But to have teams be able to not just see, in a perfect world, you'd almost marry a little bit from the soccer thing over there. Soccer teams over there, their salary caps are basically a percentage of their revenue. So you can't have, Jeff Bezos come in and just buy a championship or whatever. Now, here, I think it'd be great for the fans. Well, you had a crappy year last year. Guess what? Prices are going down. Oh, and to be fair, you had a great year last year. You got to pay for it, baby. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
How about this? You pay for your ticket.
Yeah.
It's like, say it's $100 for your ticket. The Kings lose, you get $10 back from that. You get a refund.
If the Kings win, though, you got to pay $10.
No. It's just that's what.
It's just
pay.
if they lose.
Yeah.
No, but why wouldn't you have to pay $10 if they win?
No, but that is paying the $10 if they win.
So you price in a price that's $10 more than value? Okay.
Then if it's like a close game, is there like fans rooting for like a loss?
Well, basically
$10 back. I think at that point you're already committed.
Yeah. But I think to your point, Chris, what you're basically talking about is a 10% across the board increase in season tickets and in ticket prices in general, with like a cashback rebate for losses, like on a credit card.
Yes. Or given if it's like season tickets, it's $10 given to like food at the
like a charity.
No, like food at the arena.
Okay, so that's where I was going, because I think the realistic one would be screw the 10%. Let's make it 15% to make it fair, and that gets you get you get like a card, right? A season ticket holder card. Because I say you just do this for season ticket holders. You have to incentivize buying season tickets. So you have a card that has balances on it, and that's good for concessions and team store.
Or would it be for next year's tickets? Come off.
Or next year's tickets. Yeah. You could use that. You could carry that balance over for pretty much it'd probably be any team purchases with the exception of alcohol or something.
There would be some seasons where you would be getting your season tickets for free from the games.
Hey, which is why professional teams would never agree to that because they don't want to put themselves. But again, bet on yourself and factor it into the prices. But I'm also the guy that thinks there should be an all-you-can-eat section at every Kings game, too. You should be able to buy a ticket with all-you-can-eat food. Do we want to go streaking here? Do we have time? Let's go streaking. Please.
Go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking!
All right, let's go streaking, or as I say, F this game. Jason Ross.
Dave's at 0. I'm at 6. Chris is at 2. Dave, you took Adley Rutschman. Adley Rutschman got up 4 times. He went 0 for 4. You're still at 0. I was at 6 trying to get to 7. I took Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks. They scored 9 runs. He got up 4 times. He got 0 hits.
You suck. Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
You're laying it down so quick. I didn't even have time for my more like Badley Rutschman joke.
Well, I'm at 0 now, too.
Yeah, me too.
Chris was at 2, trying to get to 3. Let's see if we're all there. He took Matt Chapman of the San Francisco Giants. Well, Matt Chapman got up 4 times, and Matt Chapman got 2 hits.
Of course he did. Matt Chapman.
So Chris is at 3. You and I are at 0.
Friend of the show, Matt Chapman.
Yeah. Fresh start.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Niners at 9, and the Commanders have picked a quarterback. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They believe it's all about people and choices. Their goal is to find the car that fits your lifestyle. With their huge inventory of models, they've got the right car and, more importantly, at the right price every time. Experience for yourself why their customers drive away smiling. Discover the difference, because it's not just about the car, it's also about the people. Experience the Sacramento Dodge Jeep and Chrysler difference off Business 80 next to Hagen Oaks, or you can find them online, sacsuperstore.com.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Yep. Hey, what should we do? Okay.
Hey, you need a pick for your streaking.
I do.
Hey, Jason, are you a little afraid I haven't done anything yet?
As far as hucking the ball back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were both waiting on that.
Yeah.
I could see him he was looking. But you kind of started it. I can't hear you.
I thought, I'll save this for later.
Well, that's another title.
I like this.
Welcome back. 1 hour left. Style and Walk-In coming in for a little crossy talk. Sorry, I was just thinking about what was for dinner tonight and got completely. I had a little brain issue there. It's spaghetti again.
Okay, that's good. What's wrong with that?
No, it's like once a week now.
That's great. I'll come over. One of my favorites.
I made hummus yesterday. Right? Not a hummus guy.
It's fine.
Hey, you flavor it up.
Yeah.
This thing, they say you take purple cabbage and that becomes your cracker. And you dip the purple cabbage in the hummus. I gotta tell you, eating right and eating healthy, it's so god dang boring.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there with like a bowl of pistachios and
that's good.
I like pistachios.
Yeah.
Some hummus. It's like, this beats Doritos.
Does it?
No, at all. Why can't healthy food taste as good as junk food? Is that just, or does it and we're just conditioned? Like, for example, if hummus was, I like hummus, but if hummus and cabbage was bad for you, would we crave it more subconsciously?
Maybe.
Also, what if you knew the date that you were? The Commanders have picked their quarterback, rookie Jaden Daniels, LSU. He's coming in. This is the 8th straight season of a different opening day starter, Jason Ross. Jaden Daniels, Sam Howell, Carson Wentz, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the late Haskins. First,
got it. You got it.
Dwayne.
Yes.
Haskins. Case Keenum. Albert Smith. And Kirk Cousins.
Wow, what a streak they're on.
Speaking of Kirk Cousins. He was in my thoughts yesterday because it was his birthday, as you reported on Celebrity Birthdays. Jason, he released his birthday practice playlist. I
saw that.
And I got to tell you, baby, this,
you liked it.
I did. Amongst the songs, The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, Move Along, All American Rejects, Holiday, Green Day, Stacy's Mom, Fountains of Wayne, All the Small Things, Chris's favorite song, Blink 182, Mr. Brightside by The Killers, Best of You, Foo Fighters, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Good Charlotte, another All American Rejects song, Dirty Little Secret, This Love by Maroon 5, Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, and Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card. Is he secretly like a
go outside, nerd?
Is he a 46-year-old circa early 2000s alternative fan?
Sounds like it.
Jeez.
Yeah, right in his wheelhouse, I guess.
Right in the wheelhouse.
That is very non-football practice music.
I mean, I don't know. You can't practice to Stacey's Mom. Okay, you cannot practice to the song titled "Stacy's Mom" by.
Well, she's got it going on.
She's got it going on. You can't practice to "Holiday" by Green Day.
This Love though by Maroon 5.
Yeah, that's not a practice play. Yeah, this love.
It's a nice song.
I would like to say I am a fan of the Killers, but if I never heard Mr. Brightside ever again, I'd be happy with it.
I'm so with you, dude.
It's like the millennial Sweet Caroline.
It really. That's the somebody told me that you had a boyfriend.
No. That's I'm Mr. Brightside. It's Mr. Brightside. He's all Mr. Brightside.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you now. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Killers are a little overrated for me. I'll say it.
I think they're perfectly rated.
I mean, it's like all right.
No one's saying that they're like top 10 of all time. Or
I mean, they're not Coldplay. People make them out,
but no one's saying that they're Coldplay.
I am saying that.
They're like Coldplay, but not as good, so they're overrated.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you want to play my game I created here for you and Chris? Just to test your knowledge?
Wait, don't I have to pick a player?
Oh, yeah, we all have.
Sorry.
We can do that in our next one. We're talking
Let's do that in our next one.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
So
Jackson Holiday.
Back on this stretch of 8 different quarterbacks in 8 years for the Commanders. They were the Redskins back then, now the Commanders. That was 2017.
Okay.
Is the last time Kirk Cousins was there. They had repeat quarterbacks.
Right.
So I went back to 2017 week 1 and looked at the starting quarterbacks for every team.
Jesus, Jason, were you bored? That's a lot.
Well, it's not that much.
Okay.
So let's go back to week 1 of 2017. Washington was playing Philadelphia. Who was the starting quarterbacks? You know one, because you just read it.
Was it Carson Wentz?
Versus Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, on this list, there is one starting quarterback that's still on the same team.
Ooh.
That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Kansas City versus New England. Who was starting that day?
Oh, God, that's too late for Mahomes or early for Mahomes.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was automatically thinking of Kansas City. Alex Smith?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta versus Chicago in week 1. Good luck on one of these.
Jay Cutler?
No. How about the Atlanta one?
Matt Ryan?
Yes. I don't think you'll get Chicago.
All right, go ahead.
Mike Lennon.
Oh, I was going to say Mike Lennon.
Mike
Lennon.
Bills versus Jets.
Like his grandpa.
Too early for Josh Allen.
Your thinking is correct.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor?
Nice.
Thank you. And the Jets, that's too early for babyface Mormon kid. What was Zach Wilson?
Yeah. I'll just tell you. Josh McCown.
Would not have gotten that.
Ravens Bengals. If you think about it, you should get this.
I want to say that's too early for Lamar.
Your thinking is correct.
Oh, God, I should know this.
Flacco.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Versus?
Wait, who did they play?
Bengals.
Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Dalton.
A Red Rifle.
Let's go with Steelers versus Browns. You will get
Roethlisberger.
If you get the Browns.
Derek Anderson?
No.
Oh.
Brady Quinn.
I don't think you could possibly get this.
All right, who?
Deshaun Kaiser.
Nope. That wouldn't have even if you just said Deshaun, I would have said Watson, even though I know he. Yeah.
Lions Cardinals.
By the way, are the Browns the only team in NFL history to have 2 Deshaun's playing quarterback?
Probably.
Wow. Yeah. Who?
Lions Cardinals.
Stafford.
2017. Yeah.
Cardinals. Oh, it's gonna be some schmo.
No, not a schmo.
Kurt Warner.
Right idea.
Carson Palmer.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Jags Texans.
I like this game. Okay. Too late for Mark Brunell. Too early for long hair for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence. Is it hard? Shut up, Chris.
The Texans part shouldn't be.
Matt Schaub.
No.
Mark. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Chris, you like this player for some reason for the Jags, or you've mentioned this.
Yes. Blake Bortles.
Correct.
Ah, damn it.
Okay, Raiders Titans opened up week 1, 2017.
Derek Carr.
Yes.
Too early for Tannehill, isn't it?
Yes. But not their other, what they thought was franchise QB.
Vince Young?
No.
It's too late for
More
McNair,
recent.
obviously. Vince Young.
He became a Raider. Marcus.
Mariota.
Yeah, correct.
Damn it, son of a
All right, Rams Colts.
Okay, so this was Goff?
Yep.
Yeah.
And good luck on the Colts.
Andrew Luck.
No.
Jacoby Brissett?
No, it was Scott Tolzien.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, these are the starting quarterbacks in week 1. Panthers, Niners.
Niners was not Kaepernick. Kaepernick?
Nope.
No.
Let's work on the Panthers first. That's the easier one. Believe it or not.
No, I'm obsessed with the Niners one now. Come on, David.
Week 1 starter in 2017. Not that long ago.
I had this like blank in my head. I don't mean a swear word. Between Kaepernick and Garoppolo. CJ Beathard?
Nope.
Sound like it's a CJ. Oh God! You're saying it's like Rando? I should still know.
It's a name you know, but it's Rando.
Okay, and
It's like everybody's backup QB.
And who are they playing?
Panthers.
Too late for Chris Winkie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, idiot.
It's their guy, their dude.
Oh, Cam
Newton.
Thank you. Sorry.
How we forget.
God, give me a hint. I shouldn't need this.
On the Niners,
I'm going to be so mad about this.
I think he's been with them maybe once.
Brian Hoyer.
Yes.
Son of a.
All right, now we'll finish strong here. Packers, Seahawks.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Giants.
Dak Prescott.
Yep, that's the one that's still on the same team. Giants.
Yeah. Eli Manning.
Correct. Vikings, Saints.
Not Cousins.
Nope.
Not Culpepper.
Nope. How about the Saints?
Drew Brees.
Yep.
Oh God. Hold on. Giants.
No, Vikings.
Or Vikings. Sorry. Pre-Cousins.
Former number 1 pick on another team.
Not Vic.
Nope.
I don't know why Michael Vick came into my head.
Heisman Trophy winner, I think. Did he win the Heisman Trophy?
Come on. Number 1 pick.
For the Rams. Now on the Vikings. That's probably not even helping. First name is Sam.
Darnold? No.
Last name is not Darnold.
Sam. Why am I blanking on this?
Bradford.
Sam. Oh God.
Sam
You
Bradford.
know what, dude? I've
Forgot about him.
completely.
He's gone.
You know, there was a time where I kept mixing up Sam Bradford and Matthew Stafford.
Oh,
legitimately.
Bradford
and Stafford. I've completely erased Sam Bradford from my head.
And the last week 1 game was Browns Chargers. I'm sorry, Broncos Chargers.
Manning?
Nope.
No.
He was done.
But
But
Tebow?
No. Should get the Chargers though.
It's not. It's obviously too early for Herbert.
Yeah.
Right. So it was before Herbert. Hold
How
on.
we forget.
Chargers
You
quarterback.
want a hint?
Yes.
8 million kids.
Oh, ding dong. Phillip Rivers.
Ding dong.
NC State. And
Broncos. It's kind of random.
Give me a hint.
I
don't want you to give it to us. Give us a hint. Give us a hint.
I think he's still in the league, but
want a hint?
I'm not sure.
Terod Taylor, Jacoby Brissett.
Starts with the same name initial as Terod Taylor.
Well, it's not Tim Tebow, though.
No. It's not Trevor Lawrence, but it's Trevor
Hoffman. Trevor Simeon.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't give me a hint on Simeon. That could have gotten weird.
There you go. Look,
wow.
Again, one quarterback is still on the same team. There's other quarterbacks still in the league.
And it's what's his face.
And when people are like, he's gonna be the quarterback for 10 years, it changes. That was 7 years ago.
That's
and you completely forgot about Sam Bradford. His whole career just
I really have. Honestly, Sam Bradford has I haven't heard the name Sam Bradford in forever. You're right. Former number.
You got Brian Hoyer before Sam Bradford.
And boy, did he come in gangbusters to the league with what is he right now? He's he's a human, but how old is that sucker?
I bet he's 36.
Let's see. It doesn't say, but he's more. Let me do some quick math here. 90, 24, 34, 37. He'll be 38 November 8th. That's still a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Sam Bradford. Well, wow. Sam Bradford. Okay, guys, what is Sam Bradford's career high for passing yards? He did it in 2016 with Minnesota, beating his old record. Sorry, that's attempts. Like 565. That's not great. All right, yards thrown. He did do it that year with Minnesota. And then we'll break.
4,100.
3,800.
38-77. Christopher Law. Circle gets the square. 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and then followed that up the next year in just 2 games with a rating of 124.4 for the year. His last year was 2018. I think injuries got the best of him. Yeah. All right. Well, pour one out for Sam Bradford. Yes. We'll take a break. When we come back, what the HE double hockey sticks is going on in baseball, Jason Ross? Who is the best team in baseball? And also we'll make our streaky picks next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
What is, and I refuse to look it up, what is look-smaxing? Is that a bad word? I hope it's not. If it is, I plead ignorance. Look-smaxing.
Use it in a sentence.
People keep saying I'm look-smaxing. Is that a food thing?
That you're doing that?
Yeah. Look-smaxing. With
S?
2 X's. LOOKSMAXXINGS. Looks maxing. And I don't know that I want to know because it might make me upset. And more importantly, hurt my feeling. Don't hurt my feeling. Somebody said turkey burgers are good. I'm sorry. I don't like turkey burgers.
I don't think it's bad.
Looks maxing is a social media trend that involves making changes to one's appearance to become more attractive. I comb my hair.
You've had some nice shirts lately.
Oh, yeah. I got some clothes.
Oh.
But I'm not.
Bought a boat?
That was like a year ago.
Oh, did you?
Wait, what?
No, hold on. You knew this.
Did we?
Actually, we did know about a boat up at the lake.
The boat came with the house.
Remember when the other dad was like a way better dad?
Yeah, and he knew how to drive it, and I
Dave,
don't. It's just sitting there.
Chris literally said that. Was that today? That was today. It looks like you bought a boat.
He said that?
Yeah.
Off air.
I'm wearing a white T-shirt and a shirt.
It looks like you're down at the, like, oh, I got to get the boat in the slip.
Drinking a little bit of Cutty Sark scotch.
And some yacht rock.
Yeah, God,
I'm seeing more of an Amstel Light from your look.
Razor Rudy says turkey bacon. Let me tell you something. Turkey bacon is ass. It is cheap.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Just turkey bacon. Randomly turkey bacon sucks.
I mean, if you're going for bacon, you might as well just go for it.
It shouldn't even be. It should actually, again, if I ever run for president, I would make it a felony to refer to that as bacon. If you want to call it like
lead with that
fried turkey strips,
yeah,
that's not bacon, dude. That's the stuff in England that they call bacon is closer to bacon than that. That I don't know what the hell turkey bacon.
And a 5-year prison sentence for anyone making turkey bacon.
Wait, hold on. Who does that sound like? Is that JFK?
Yeah.
It's a good JFK.
Thank you.
Crispy bacon? Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, you see these pictures. Like 1 is like just over raw.
No, I'm 4 to 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably a 4.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it like
want
dark brown crumbles. I want
it's brown. If it's black, like it's too cooked.
I'm a 3. Really? I want it slightly
chewy.
Mm.
I don't want bacon gum. Well, then again, maybe I do, actually.
Wait, what did I just think of?
Wow, bacon yum. Just little squares of bacon flavored gum.
While on my boat.
Right. Just blowing brown bubbles. Let's get off of this. I'm just gonna take Holiday.
Yes.
Just because I want the damn
Jackson
song.
Holiday.
I don't even care.
Okay, good. Then
Not Matt.
I won't. Because that way, if you get it, then
Yeah.
we can hear the song, and then if I can do it the next day.
Do they have turkey sausage? That seems like it would work.
Yeah.
There's enough spice. I made I don't like ground turkey, but last night I made turkey chili. That's good. You can't really tell it's turkey.
What about turkey then meat sauce, like spaghetti sauce, or turkey and meatball, or turkey?
I've
and
never tried turkey meatballs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something.
Yeah, because it's in the.
Yeah,
it
it's
sounds like
gotta-
you need another
I
thing.
need enough in
Yeah.
there. A turkey sausage, that's enough spices and crap in there. Funny thing is, I like turkey.
Mm-hmm. I'll take William Contreras from the Brewers.
Billy C.
Yeah,
I'm going to take Juan Soto.
1 or 2?
Just 1.
Okay. Jason,
Yes.
I have a question for
Okay,
you.
I have an answer. I hope. He looks maxing.
Oh, these kids today. According to ESPN.com, Jason, the best team in baseball is the Philadelphia Phillies. That's by
Liars.
That's by percentage.
Okay.
They are 73-51, and just a in a virtual tie, just 2 thousandths of a percentage point behind them, the LA Dodgers. And then a half game behind the Phillies and Dodgers, the Yankees. Followed by 3 teams, Jason, and dare I say, as the season is coming to a close, 2 of these 3 teams, I wouldn't say are a shock, but how about the Cleveland Guardians?
Yeah.
The 72-52 Cleveland Guardians. The team that, of all the teams in the top 6 here, I would choose them to win the title if they could.
The Guard, yeah.
Because I'm a Major League fan.
Sure.
I've always had a soft spot for the Indians. Plus, I love Albert Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Carlos Baerga. I loved Roberto Alomar till he did the Spitty thing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Sandy Alomar.
Yeah. Good squad there. Yeah, there's 10 teams from 70 to 74 wins. No one's running away with it. No one's scheduled to get 100 wins.
How great of a story of the Kansas City Royals, too. Just a little Kansas City Royals, 70-55. The National League defending champs, Arizona Diamondbacks. They're not a fluke, 70-56. The Padres, 71-55. And then you got the Orioles, Brewers, and Guardians, all a game off the best record in baseball, Jason Ross.
Yeah, so 10 teams. Generally it's good to have one that's a front runner, so people are trying to chase them. I think a lot of people going into the year thought the Dodgers were the clear-cut favorite. They're really good, but they haven't run away with this. So I'm hoping this makes for a great playoff. I hope.
The Yankees of all the top teams are the least impressive by these numbers. They have the second highest payroll in baseball. Okay.
Who's the highest?
The Mets.
Meet the Mets.
The Mets. And the Mets are at least,
they're getting better.
Trying to get better. Yeah, the Mets are 65-60.
Yeah.
Hey, they're over 500. Let's see. Philly has the fourth highest payroll. The Dodgers have the fifth highest payroll. So there you go. Three of the top five spots in baseball payroll-wise are going to the top three teams. Who is most impressive? Well, how about Jason Ross? The Cleveland Guardians in 23rd place, 1/3 of the payroll of the Yankees, for example. The Baltimore Orioles, who are sitting tied for 5th place. Baltimore Orioles just above Cleveland, 22nd, 107 million. Again, the Yankees at 308. And then where are you, Milwaukee Brewers? Where are you at? Milwaukee is 21st, 115 million. So you got a nice mix. If I don't have a dog in the fight, I generally root for the team with the lowest payroll. That is a true story. If I don't care, I'll always. But you have a nice mixture of the big heavyweights. I would call that the Dodgers, Yankees, and Phillies. And then you have, and by the way, there's a San Francisco Giants at 201 million. And one game above 500.
Yeah, I think what we've learned in the last, 10, 15 years is payroll, I think, gives you every opportunity to be a postseason team, but there's no guarantee of any kind of World Series championship there. I mean, Yankees, it's been since 2009. When we did on Friday Fun and Games, it was like the last 9 World Series winner. There was 8 different teams. We've had the Nationals. We've had the Royals in there.
Yeah.
Houston did it twice, but other than that, Dodgers it's jumped around a bit.
Well, none of the bottom 7 teams, Washington, Cincinnati, Detroit, Miami, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, and Oakland, none of the bottom 7 teams in payroll are above 500. The Rays are 62-62, so they're close. But then just above the 56-69 Washington Nationals, who are in 24th, are the Cleveland Guardians at 72-52. And then in the very next spot, the Baltimore Orioles at 73-53. And then the very next spot, the Milwaukee Brewers at 72-52. And the next spot, number 20, the Kansas City Royals, 70-55. And then in 19th place, the Minnesota Twins at 70-55. So from 20 to 23, you've got 5 teams that are all well over 500, but then you get to the White Sox, 18th place in payroll, 30-96.
It can't be done.
So I don't know nothing about anything. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch and this day in sports history. One thing we know, this is shaping up to be a really good postseason, Jason. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, all that after this.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fits. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Harmony,
I love you just the way.
Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates. $12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price. Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9324.
Made a great deal at Maida.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Something caught my eye during the break. This guy, Ollie, who's shockingly from Europe. That's such a Europe name. Ollie, Alfie, Alistair. Anyways, I visited the USA for the first time in 20 years. What I witnessed left me stunned. Now, it's not what this isn't a, he's saying stuff like people are more likely to strike up conversations here. Things are bigger, but some of the things he says is like luxury items, cars, watches, designer stuff, a lot more prevalent over here. People talk about money more over here. Things are a lot brighter. He actually says, like, we energy savings a big deal in Europe, but over here it's just the lights are on all the time. Everything's bright and flashy. So I'm reading this thing, and then I went back to something I missed in the beginning. Visited the USA for the first time in 20 years, and he had some thoughts from Europe. He went to Vegas. Somebody needs to tell Ollie, Las Vegas is not America.
That's not the real world.
That is not.
It might be the most realist America that we have.
Vegas is Vegas is like his own country.
$25 bottle of water.
Right. And he mentioned that, like, trying to find healthy food is like a treasure hunt. He did give In-N-Out a 2 out of 10, by the way. And so,
get the hell out of this country.
That's why we won the war, Ollie. Get out of here, pal. In-N-Out 2 of 10. Sit on it, Potsy.
You got him.
Got him. But yeah, dude, Vegas is not, like the Vatican it's technically its own country in Italy. It has its own borders, its own, it's its own thing. That's how Vegas should be.
Yeah.
Like, not even a part of Nevada. It's just its own, like, it can have its own little army and, whatever. Vegas is not real life, dude. That's like me going to, I don't even know what the equivalent would be in Europe. Okay, let's just say I hadn't been to Europe in 20 years, and I went and I noticed things are very, very formal. It's very small. People are dressed up in different outfits I don't recognize. Oh, where'd you go? The Vatican.
Right.
That's where I spent my week. That's not Europe. Was that okay?
I was gonna say, wow,
Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't share that with the rest of the class, but it was funny. What to watch? White Sox and Giants.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
Get it together. There's nothing worse than an inside joke the rest of the class doesn't get.
Especially when it's really good.
Especially when it's really good. Anyways, we'll do that in the bonus hour.
Yeah.
Rays and A's.
Woo!
Rays and A's. Rays and A's.
It's rare when both of them are at home at the same time, Giants and A's. But they both won last night.
They did.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Is it still okay? Sorry. I let me just take you along here in my brain.
Wait, hang on. I think I know where you're going. Let me see if I'm right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think you have this.
Probably not. This is a stretch. We'll see.
Is it still okay to put your hand in and take like a nope?
Nope.
Talking about the grocery store. Remember how you used to like
the bin?
The bins.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not okay anymore, and I don't
How
do
did
it.
you get there?
Because I went Raisin A's, and then I started thinking Raisinets, and then I started thinking of the little
Candy
chocolate
bins.
malt ball. Yeah, that's just.
Is it okay to grab from there? And
I don't think it is. I saw a little kid doing it the other day, and I did that all the time as a little kid. But I found myself looking at the little kid, and I just wanted to punt him. Like, get your boogery butthole hands out of the jars, pal.
What if you take from it to snack on, but also purchase?
Okay. So here's something.
So you're getting some.
Yeah.
You're healthy. You're getting some almonds.
That's right.
You put 30 almonds in there, but you're like, there's 5.
Okay, that's technically shoplifting because you're not paying for them.
Not for the 5 you ate.
That's right. Yeah. But what I will do sometimes, I will admit this, but here's the thing. I have a very specific way I do it. Grapes.
Yeah, to test.
I will test a grape.
Yeah.
But I will make sure that is the only, like, I do not, I don't even
touch them all.
Not even, no, I don't touch any.
Just that one.
I literally will like be very careful because look, you should wash your fruit.
Right, but you're probably picking a grape that looks appealing. Have you ever tasted one and go, oop, I'm not getting the grapes?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes, my grapes have to be, I have very specific rule. Doug Christie had the best grapes I've ever tasted in my life. He brought them to remember when we had a fantasy football drafted, what was the not cleavage, what's it called?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. and he brought a thing of grapes there, and they were insane.
Yeah,
they were so good because
I don't remember him sharing any grapes.
I don't know if he volunteered. No, I think I'm not going to take his grapes without asking, but I think I asked, like, hey, dude, can I have a grape? And he was like, oh, they're for everybody. And I had a couple of them. They were big. They were taut. They were, they snapped. It's, honestly.
And the grapes you're talking about.
A good grape is a lot like a good hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to bite into a mushy hot dog. But if you have like that hot dog skin that like snaps when you bite into it, it's like the same thing with a grape. I need it to have, I don't want a mushy grape. I don't want a grape is like the fruit butterfly because it will grape and then it'll mush and then it becomes a raisin eventually, right? And the raisin is the butterfly, if you will, but kind of opposite. I know. I need my grape to be like not, does crunchy make sense, but not crunchy, but you know what I mean, right?
Snap.
I don't want mushy, oversweet grapes, dude. So anyways, this day, August 20th, 1991, Dan Marino becomes the highest paid NFL player. Jason Ross signed a 5-year, $25 million contract.
Cash grab. That bought him a lot of gloves.
That's a lot of isotones.
What did he make in Finkel and Einhorn, Ace Ventura?
Probably $5 million. Yeah. You would think, right? Jason Ross, for this year, 2024, I have a list of the highest paid quarterbacks in the National Football League. And when I say I have a list, I just mean the top 10.
Okay.
Because I was really open for the whole thing.
You ready?
The 10th highest paid quarterback in the league.
I think I can get a lot of the list.
Okay. Jason Ross.
Some of the list.
Welcome into the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Our guest today, Jason W. Ross.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is
3.
Well, again, I'm pausing only because I don't know what the date is on this, but it's obviously a little bit outdated because he's listed at number 1 at $55 million, but didn't what's his face?
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Love. Is Jordan Love making more?
Or he's up there.
Yeah. So just allow that this is like a couple weeks.
So am I counting Jordan Love? And
I mean,
Joe Burrow, that's 2.
You can. That's only fair.
I know Patty Mahomes is up there.
This is back in March, so sorry. So the game is top 10 highest paid quarterbacks as of March. Patrick Mahomes, number 9.
Okay.
By the way, the 10th highest paid quarterback, I won't say who it is, makes $43 million as opposed to Dan Marino's 5-year, $25 million contract. There is not a quarterback in the top 10 that they all make almost double his 5-year contract at $50 million. Okay, so you got Mahomes and you get, hey, we're playing Family Feud rules. You get 3 strikes.
Okay, so I have Mahomes and I have Burrow.
And I think we should give you Jordan Love.
Okay. But from this list, I'm going to also say Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is number
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, number 4, $52 million. So what is that now? You have 4?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is number 10.
Ooh, just made it.
That's 5. You got 2 strikes to go and 5 players to go.
Is Aaron Rodgers still on there?
Aaron Rodgers. I know that's a good guess though.
Obviously, I'm missing some obvious people.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on your list. I think he just got paid, so I don't know if I have the right timing. So I'm going to ask for forgiveness if I'm wrong. Trevor Lawrence, because didn't he just get a huge?
Yeah, he did. I'm going to give you that one because it's okay. So you have 6.
Herbert,
number 3. That's 7.
Okay. Well, Tua also just got paid.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get paid more than $43 million?
I believe so.
All right, that's 8.
Oh.
I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
I'm a forgiving Carmichael Dave today.
Let's just guess somebody. How about Kyler Murray?
Number 6.
Really?
Kyler Murray.
Okay.
That's 9. One strike. Hey, it's Crumble Chris.
Hey,
Crumble
This
Chris.
has become a great day. I don't know who the last one is. Tell me.
Well, I'll tell you the ones you missed.
Wow.
It's so good to see him. Also, there goes the diet today.
Yes.
Let's see. Here's who you missed. Number 2, Jared Goff.
Oh, okay.
53 million. Number 5, Jalen Hurts. 51 million. Number 7, not Kaiser, Deshaun Watson at 46 million. Number 8, Kirk Cousins at 45 million. You got everybody else. I would say all around well done. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will talk with Styles and Watkins and Crumble Chris.
Yes.
In for celebrity birthdays, brought to you, as always, by Crumble Cookies. We'll do that right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
Toyota's national sales event is on now through Labor Day weekend. Whether on or off-road, make the most out of these final days of summer in a new Toyota truck. Don't miss a low lease on the fully redesigned 2024 Tacoma or financing as low as 0% APR on the 2024 Tundra. It's time to kick up your adventure with Toyota's legendary power and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offer only available on Tundra Capstone. Ends 9/3/24.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Wow, a very special edition where's Styles at? He doesn't get out of it.
Saw him walking.
He was in here. What do you go? Chris is in my seat.
Probably.
I'm out of here. Styles can have my seat. Good morning, Crumble Crit. Oh, sorry, you had it on. Good morning. I'm turning him off.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great. I stole Alan's seat.
You did, but
Alan's back.
That's fine. Alan can share my mic. He can share. Well, he probably doesn't want to share my mic.
Oh.
But, you're sharing. Oh, that's sweet. The two of you sharing a mic, just like you do every day from noon to 4, right here, or 10 to 2.
Why you keep trying to add hours to our show?
Because you're so
keep
good.
trying to have us do
It's
longer.
for my
than
wife. She
we're
loves
able
you
to.
guys. The top story today, though, comes in at the end of the show. I always say Styles Watkins get all the breaking news, but in this case, we get it right on the tail end. Would have been content for the next 3 hours. Plus, Crumble Cookies in here. And I noticed it's not just Crumble. It doesn't say Crumble Cookies. It just says Crumble, Chris.
Right. If you look at all of our new logo and branding,
Yeah.
it's just Crumble now. The cookies has been dropped. It's not something that we've made a big announcement about.
Right.
But it's just something kind of slowly, gradually over the last, 6 months or so. We started making more desserts. You've probably seen cinnamon square or tres leches or things like that. And I actually brought something special for everyone today.
Look at
Show
this.
the camera.
Yeah.
It's
Let me.
Crumble
You got
branded.
that? Let me get the. Oh, it's that. You had it because of that. This is banana pudding.
Banana pudding
that you brought
and
in.
It's got whipped cream and it's got vanilla wafers. The whole works.
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
We even have spoons. So we're all set and ready to go. But I brought enough for everyone.
But
you don't have to share one cup.
But just so everybody knows, full disclosure, during the break, I licked all of the tops.
So Dave gets them all.
I just went and then that was it. But you can still,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's just so are those.
Well, that one's.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can say. I don't know if we want to do brand names, but are those wafers on top?
Those are Nilla wafers.
Nilla wafers, baby.
And I believe we actually have their logo on our on the banana pudding on our menu. So it is something that we've co-branded with them.
And also, before we get to celebrity birthdays, you have Olivia Rodrigo cookies.
Yeah. So the rest of the cookies this week.
Oh, there's a little different. That was
they're good.
Look
It's
at
we got lemon glaze, chocolate covered strawberry. This is one of our. Every time it comes out, it's the waffle cookie.
Is that what the syrup's for?
Yeah, the syrup is for the waffle cookie. It's got a scoop of buttercream on it. It tastes like a waffle, like a really good waffle with syrup on it. And then we got the semi-sweet chocolate chip.
But that's the Olivia.
But this
Rodrigo.
is the Olivia Rodrigo cookie. I don't know if I can show it to the
Look
camera.
at that. Now, just to be clear, this isn't a cookie designed to. This isn't like, hey, it's a cookie that looks like Olivia Rodrigo or anything like that. She designed the cookie to her tastes.
Yes, she worked with our development team in coming up with a cookie that fits her brand. I don't listen to a lot of Olivia Rodrigo. I know a lot.
Driver's License, great song. Yeah, big hit.
A lot of our key target demographic does listen to
Yes.
Olivia Rodrigo, so it's important, and it actually follows her on tour. So yeah, and that's actually really cool. It's so this is a cookie that's not all over the country. It was in Utah 2 weeks ago. It was in back east a few weeks before that. It travels with where she goes on tour. Now she's not touring. She's not in Sacramento, but she is. Her tour is in I think Inglewood this week. And so I think that's the closest she's getting to Sacramento. But so we have that in our stores this week.
So you can get the cookie and eat it, or get the cookie, save it, and maybe it's a collector's item you could eBay someday. Young collectors out there, that's a Gem Mint 10 cookie. I'm going to ask you a personal question, Chris.
Shoot.
So I have this giant bottle of water in front of me. As Jason knows, I'm trying to eat better this week.
Well, you look great.
Thank you. So of course you come in with literally my weak spot. Now, the personal question for you is this. Chris, you're a fit young man.
I guess.
And I know you sample the goods. You have to.
Quite often.
So do you basically, when you're not in here or at your stores, are you just basically on a treadmill constantly?
No, it's just.
What's the secret?
I chalk it up to good genes, I guess, but it's not. What you see is, it's not like I'm not ripped, I'm not cut. I'm very soft. I'm very doughy.
Gotcha.
It's just
It's just you wear it well.
I just don't expand.
I was wondering, right, because I have some friends, in the winery business, and they won't swallow the wine. So I was wondering, do you just taste it and then spit it out?
I just got to know that it tastes right.
Exactly.
I'm going to start doing that. My employees are going to think I'm crazy.
Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing says family and friends more than a birthday. Nothing brings all of them together more than our good friends with Olivia Rodrigo cookies with banana pudding. It is celebrity birthdays.
Hey, happy birthday today to Al Roker.
Al Roker. So because Chris does not have headphones, we're going to let you lead each one off so you don't have to worry about people talking over you. Al Roker.
Al Roker is 73.
That's a good guess. I'm going to say Al Roker 71.
I'll say 75.
74.
67.
No correct answers. Close. 70 for Al Roker.
70.
Big 7-0.
Oh, yeah. That would be big.
Happy birthday to Mitch Trubisky.
God, didn't I just read he's out? Like, he got hurt. He's out.
Yeah.
Like, wow. That's not a good birthday for him. Quarterback Mitch Trubisky.
25?
I'm going to say 28.
27.
26, and if they don't miss that field goal, he won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Bears. Yeah, 26.
26.
We have a correct answer.
We do not.
What? He's 30?
He's 30.
No way.
Holy guacamole.
Watch that.
Let's see. Let's go with former King, and I don't know what team he's on now. I think Orlando. Corey Joseph.
Kojo.
29.
I'll say 32. Isn't he Canadian?
He is.
Yeah, 32.
34.
31.
33.
We have a correct answer.
We do, and it goes to Christopher Laud, 33.
Wow.
There you go.
Great year.
Nice.
All right. Stiles and Watkins taking us. Hey! He's wearing the Huddersfield Town shirt.
I was hoping you were going to see.
I was
Yeah.
walking because it does look like an Alan Stiles shirt. God, you're a handsome man today.
Okay,
Stiles Watkins, thanks to all of you. Thanks to Crumble Chris.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Don't forget Olivia Rodrigo cookies, banana pudding, and everything else over at Crumble Cookies are